Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Hold on. Why is it this song? Okay,
Are you streaming the music?
I'm not. It just this song just came on and I paused the music. I think the most important addition, if you weren't here, since I guess I think if Carlos is listening, if Dominic is listening, the most important addition in last session was the introduction of Cody's character. Actually,
Yes, sir. That me.
absolutely.
Yes, sir,
Is
to
he
him.
dead?
What?
Is he dead?
No, he's not dead. He's just fine.
Oh.
I apologize because I forgot your last name, Ben, but Ben joined the party late, as you may or may not remember. He came into the town of Phandalin thanks to the help of taking a ride from a merchant after traveling across the ocean from his home island all the way over, and then riding the cart down. It took it took a few days, a few weeks even to cross and to travel. It's pretty long. So when he finally arrived, this is where he's considering a fresh start. I'm just paraphrasing everything. Ben will fill you in on all the details, Dominic. But Ben was the newest addition to the party, and he stood no chance against the onslaught of questions by his new party members. He did pretty well for himself. He was able to explain his backstory, his motivations, and so far, I think personally, he's meshing pretty well with the group. As for the bigger goings on, there's still the red brand problem. In the last session, you guys have successfully gone around town, done some exploring, interviewing some of the locals about the werewolf problem that Toby brought up to you. Although he told you he would do his best to handle it, it seems our mighty adventurers have taken it upon themselves for some reason to sniff this werewolf out. They visited the smithy, who seemed a little suspicious, and seemed suspicious the more the night sort of leads on.
He was suspicious.
That's what I seem to pull from you guys. You guys were like the entire time, every time you reconvened, you would always bring up the smithy being completely sus. You managed to rule out Toby. You managed to rule out Barthen. You managed to also rule out the shrine lady that you met over at the Shrine of Luck in the town square. And while that was happening, Ben and Ugash were investigating the werewolf problem. Leo got straight to work about the red brand problem. He took a visit to the town master's hall and met the town master himself. He impersonated Barthen, and they discussed, under the guise of Barthen, a deal to have the wagon brought to the provisions and he would make the full payment. And then he did the mastermind idea to go over to Barthen disguised as a town master and discuss the payment from the town master's end, quote unquote. So Liu's really setting up the cards for something down the road. And from what I remember correctly, he's actually setting up a route for you guys to get into the manor where the Red Brand resides currently. That is one approach that you can take that I'm going to let him, because I'm very interested to see how this goes for him. But after that, you were just about to go back to Stonehill Inn to talk to Toby, I believe, when we left on Ben feeling a little bit uneasy, almost as if he was being watched. It is currently just about midday, and after doing some of your investigation early in the morning, you have a good set of ideas of what to do about the werewolf problem as well as the red brand problem. You've looked into possibly looking for any traps because the smithy seems to have done orders of those. You also talked to the Patel's you also talked to the Patel guards who rode into town and asked for the woodworker. Other than that, it's yeah, business as usual, as I like to say. There's still lots to get going on. You're still very early into your adventure. You also got paid for the job. I almost forgot about that, actually. And the last thing I remember you guys were saying you're going to do was to go back to the Stonehill Inn to reconvene, to sort of just discuss amongst each other, because the investigation happened separately from the setup for the town master. Also, Leo doesn't really seem to like Toby that much, which is pretty funny, honestly.
Alright, so we're gonna pause on Liu's storyline then, right? 'Cause it's not here.
For the most part, yeah. Even then, you guys sort of just met back up, so
So what's our location?
I would say currently you guys have met up at the the Stonehill Inn.
Okay.
You pushed open the door, the wind is howling right behind you, and it's starting to pick up snow a little bit. And you have entered the Stonehill Inn once more.
Who's around me?
You last you're last walking around the town with Ben, so Ben is currently with you.
And what had we recently just done?
You had recently come from the Barthen's provision store. If you remember the incident where the guards came in, the Red Brand were there at the counter.
Oh my god, restarting?
Yeah, we are.
Let's fucking go, dude. Fucking hell.
Absolutely. You last encountered the Red Brand over at the Barthen's provision store, and that's where Leo did his disguise trick to disguise himself as a town master who seems to be in cahoots with the Red Brand himself, and you've now reconvened back at the Stonehill Inn.
Okay.
Who's in cahoots?
Alright, Ben. As a veteran soldier, what do you feel is the plan?
Should probably still get information about the Grand Hideout itself, like blueprints, floor layouts, any exits or entrances that we may not know about. And we should probably try and ask the Red Brand themselves some questions, maybe just like some offhand questions to see if they spill any random garbage that might help us. Kind of like scratch my chin a little bit, thinking deeply. We should also get ready for a fight if they decide that we're not welcome anymore in case we fuck up something. We should probably get some supplies just in case some kind of fight breaks out, and we should definitely be more prepared for nothing than less prepared for something. So we should definitely get prepared. But besides that, I mean, we kind of have a decent idea about what's going on with the Red Brands. Our quote-unquote friend that's been running around town will probably be a problem at some point. It's a full moon tonight, so we have options. We could either stake out an area for him, which would be a good idea, or we could do something with the Red Brands. But I don't know which one's the better idea. Kind of stuck 50-50.
We could ask Toby to see if we could bait that werewolf into the Red Brand hideout. Kill two birds with one stone.
No, that would be hilarious.
I was gonna say that would be really funny.
That's like, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that could also be a good idea. It could be something that isn't going to be expected at all by the Red Brand, so we would have to do that perfectly. We'd have to get really lucky to try and get that to happen. But you never know. But let's keep that on like the imaginary board of ideas.
All right. Well, I don't.
Not as in like it's a bad idea. I'm saying like a board of ideas in our head that we have. We have like this idea. That's another good idea. I just don't know what else. What else we could? I mean, we could kill two birds with one stone, or we could take it out quietly and no one would ever even know.
I like my werewolf idea.
I think it's a good idea too.
Out of context, I think it's a pretty cool idea too, because it's like, I know you guys are a big fan of sneaking in, so imagine like this stealth situation just turns into like a slasher movie almost. When you bait the werewolf in and then like he just takes care of everybody for you. Oh, that'd be so funny.
Oh, would you look at that?
Okay, I don't know if it even does happen, but if it does happen, can you describe the events that go on?
Yeah, that'd be so fun
make
because like,
of course, he's the DM. He must.
I have to, and also have fun making a bunch of stealth checks, trying to maneuver while it's like slaughtering people.
Okay, where's Toby?
Toby actually walks in right behind you.
I like see over your shoulder a little bit. I look behind you. I just kind of point.
Yeah, I overheard your conversation. I didn't want to interrupt, but if you could excuse me, I seen it. He starts trying to squeeze in between both of you.
I don't move. I just look at him for a second, and I'm like, "What do you think about the idea?"
Well, I'd like to talk about it. I think it's lovely, but it's cold out, so please. Don't.
Oh, I thought he was like already in, but we were okay. Never mind. Yeah.
No, he's coming in.
I thought we were already
You're
like
just so
inside the
awful.
bar a little bit, but like, just like busted his balls for no reason.
Every time.
Yeah, I'll
He does
scoot up.
nothing wrong.
I thought we were farther into the bar, and I thought he was just like trying to get past us. So I'll chuckle and move out of the way.
Pat him on the back as he passes by.
Thank you kindly. Oh, your little hands are there. Hold up. Move over to the end because I want to try to find a picture for Toby.
Okay. I say, what do you think Toby sounds like? He kind of sounds like Arthur from Red Dead Redemption.
We could use Arthur, but I thought keeping up with the meme machine that I know everyone is, I was just gonna look up an image of a gay cowboy, like, shirtless and with a hat on,
Christ.
and then just use that.
You know what? I got you. Hold on.
Hold up, like something like this. I'll show you, Cody.
Show me. We got him.
Oh,
Just like-
I got it. Perfect image. Everyone look in the stateroom.
Busy.
That's Toby.
That's hilarious.
Shirtless,
Oh my
tatted up,
Fucking
staring at
god.
the camera, bro.
Now I was showing this to Cody. This way, something like this. This kind of move.
I got you then.
Oh, okay,
Oh
there we
my
go.
God.
There we go. Okay, give me a minute to get this all together. And
Do you want me to cut out the background for you?
go ahead, yeah.
Alright, let me see if I can.
What's happening?
We're getting a picture for Toby.
Oh.
Let's see. We'll use this little minifigure for him for now. So you sort of the three of you sort of walk in and immediately take the table, like almost right here. However, see where your Phil is.
I take a seat where he points.
All right. So just gonna he's sitting here. You can sit at any of the spots around the table.
So where the fuck am I?
Where would you like me to sit, Toby?
Anywhere's fine, honestly, just as long as you're comfortable.
Bro, I slithered on in this spot right here.
Sexually slither on it
I'm just gonna slither.
like a sexual predator.
I'm gonna slither on in sexual style.
Sexual stuff.
So, Carlioso, happy to see you again.
I would take a big shit.
Did not need to know that. All right,
Yeah, you did. It's important. We need to know everything in this town. Werewolves.
you're right. Okay, yes, the werewolf problem. I think your plan is pretty straightforward. I never thought about using the werewolf to take out the red brand. I was just hoping to catch the fucker in my trap, you know?
Oh my goodness, that's a wonderful plan. I can't believe I missed that.
That's not my idea. It's actually Ugesh. Sorry, Minister's idea.
Yeah, his name is Minister. Yes, Minister. Yes, Minister.
I got a bait you could try to use it for. You think it's better off to just use it for the trap or use it to try to get it lured to the red brand's hideout?
Well,
We should definitely use that. That sounds like a fantastic plan.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
you-
gonna ask you. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to make fun of you.
No, it's alright.
I was gonna ask you, what are some ways we can try to control the path of a werewolf?
Toby just sort of like sighs and takes a deep breath as he thinks a little bit, sort of
I-
rubbing his nose.
I slap the table real quick. I have the perfect plan.
All right,
No.
let's hear it.
No. Have you ever? That's never mind. That's something in my land. We're going to set the trap like we're trying to hunt a dumb animal. Okay, it's genius. All right.
All right.
So werewolves eat, meat. I imagine, right? Like the trap you have, I assume, is meat based.
Yes, yes.
So what if we lay out like a cookie trail of meat leading to the hideout?
Hold on. I'm sorry, continue. So,
Anyway,
you want... Okay, yeah.
I sit there and laugh. I was like, yeah, it's kind of a stupid plan, but it's kind
great.
of it's kind of genius in the same way. It's really dumb, but it actually may work. If you just leave a cookie trail of meat leading to an area you want the werewolf to go, and maybe scare the werewolf in that direction, not by showing our faces and blowing the plan, but maybe just as in trying to get him towards that location where we want him, and then we can make the plan around how the werewolf reacts. If the werewolf reacts in the way that we like, we go through with a plan we're going to make up, but we need to also have a plan B in case shit goes south.
I was just about to point that out. The last thing you want to be doing is being caught between this thing and the corner of a room you can't escape from. Now, I understand y'all are seasoned adventurers, but I'd like to think that numbers are your best strategy when it comes to this. What do you guys think of his plan? I got ideas of my own.
Let's hear yours first, since you're expert of werewolves.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but thank you. Ben's right. The best way to really take care of this thing is to bait it. Now, I do have a bait ready in my back room over there. I just have to prepare it and give me a few hours to really cook it, and I see you really want to go with this trail plan, so I have to dice it up for you. The initial idea, honestly, was just to use the bait itself just to trap the werewolf, because I don't know if you fellas know much about him, but I've been hunting this thing for a little while, and there haven't been any attacks. I'm pretty sure you've all at least noticed that in your investigation. There's been no reported attacks, some sightings, but what that tells me is that this werewolf, whoever it may be, is starving. Tomorrow's a full moon, as you all know, and under the full moon, this werewolf, young, old, may not be able to really just hold back the tendency to transform. That's what the whole full moon concept is all about. Your plan is genius, but it's also quite dangerous. If this thing is hungry, we better get this trap ready before nightfall.
That's a good idea. We definitely need to prepare it before nightfall, and
Exactly. Because I'm sorry, it's just saying. I wanted to add, the last thing you want to do is lay this trap out and still have the scent of the bait on you while he's still hunting.
We get murdered.
Exactly. And I'd say the faster we get this done, honestly, if you take the bait with you, I'd say keep an eye on who you interact with. A lot of key giveaways for whoever a werewolf might be, and the biggest one is how they react to tendencies. Some people under lycanthropy react to blood or meat quite differently than we humans do. Sometimes it's something they can't necessarily control themselves. They get fidgety, they get agitated, and all that. You're gonna definitely encounter some of those types if you encounter them before the transformation, and take note of that. And especially continue to keep this quiet. Reason being is if he knows he's being hunted and he knows who's hunting him, he might put that mentally in the back of his head and come after you tonight.
Well, we do have a suspect that kinda is acting a little. He is acting.
Say innocent till proven guilty.
Actually, hold on. And so Toby sits up and he walks towards the front of the doors and he locks them. And he sits back down. This is a sensitive conversation. I do not want us to be interrupted. Continue.
So the smithy.
Should we go to a basement first?
I mean, I don't have a basement, but you're as fine as any.
I can make you one.
Interesting. Well, no one will hear us outside of these 4, 6, 8, 10, 17 walls I built around us. I guarantee it.
So, suspect number one would definitely be the smithy. He was acting. Yeah, he was acting a bit weird. I don't know if you've visited him recently, but the door had scratch marks linked up with about the size and likeliness of a werewolf. It might be number one suspect. So if we know it's him, like let's say we 100% know it's him, what if we set bait outside of his door. What if we just do it outside of every door? Just a little bit. Not a lot, but enough that it can be noticed. And then you can immediately pinpoint who it is.
I'd say we could hold a festival of dead meat.
Festivals.
A dead meat festival, but I mean, we don't have time for that. We barely have time to.
It doesn't have
this
to be
plan.
large. We just have to make a large amount of noise and bring people's attention and scope out the crowd and see who reacts in a funny way. Because who's gonna really be excited about bloody meat?
Honestly, I'd say just about everyone. It's been a while since we got fresh provisions, but I think with that kind of plan, you would attract the attention of the red brand more than this werewolf.
That's also something we don't want to do is attract the red brand's attention. At least not while we're trying to, do this plan. That'd probably be the last thing we want. So either we can, there's a lot we could do, but I don't know what the best idea could be. There's a lot of ideas that are good, and there's a lot that could be good, but it could also go wrong. And I don't want to have a plan that has a lot of what ifs. I kind of want a solid plan where it's either going to work or not. And if it doesn't work, we go to another.
You're asking for a lot because nothing is guaranteed to work ever.
That's why we need a plan B.
Very true. You got any ideas for a plan B?
I say if the werewolf doesn't go for the bait, or doesn't go for a trap that we set up, or doesn't go for, if something goes wrong, we need to be able to act in a way that is swift enough to not arouse the attention of the red ones. Because if they get involved, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very difficult to fight the werewolf plus them. So we're gonna need something where we can maybe. Is there any caves around? Any?
You want to attract it to a cave?
Hear me out. Any areas where there's not a lot of movement, kind of like. I like look around, kind of like if you're in this bar, but the only space you have is the front door. Do you think there's an area that we could bring it to in case something goes awry? That we could be able to ambush it. Like we maybe have somebody sitting there waiting for a signal or something, just in case.
He pauses and thinks to himself for a moment. Honestly, this all depends on where you're trying to lure it from. Let's say you try to lure it from the manor, right? It's just up the hill. Your only option if this goes south is to really lead it back inside the manor, or make your chances to run all the way down the hill to the sleeping giant. It's the hill. Sorry, it's the bar or the innkeep just down the road. That's where the red brand are more likely to be. It's where they frequent and all that. So I imagine if you want to cause even more carnage, you could just like run on and say, "Hey, surprise, brought me a werewolf," and then really just fuck up the place. But a space like the front door of this place, honestly, I don't know. I think the only secluded area are the woods near the manor, and we do have an orchard, but I don't think.
Wait. Go back to what you were saying about the inn. That's where the red brand are more likely to hang out.
Yeah, the sleeping giant. It's just down the road.
That's a good plan B. I like that plan B. If the werewolf doesn't go into the manor like we want it to, and it goes awry, we lead it back to the inn. Because at least we will have a backup plan to lead it somewhere where it can also cause carnage to people that we want to cause carnage to. Kind of like a...
Wait.
What?
There's a forest near the mansion, right?
Yeah, at the bottom of the hill.
We could bait it into the forest, start choking it by putting the forest on fire, and start spreading the fire around so that it's forced to go into the manor.
I feel like just like hitting it hard enough and then running away from it would probably be enough to make it follow you. But
you are risking physical contact with a werewolf.
I mean, you gotta get your hands dirty.
I'd rather we try to avoid frontal confrontation as much as possible.
I'm kind of with the minister on this.
Last thing I want to do is die.
You
Oh,
won't die per se. Unless it actually decides to eat you. you're more than likely just to get bit, honestly.
Well,
I think the inn is a good backup plan for in case it goes awry. That is something good. Toby, if we go with this, like if we all, I'm not gonna say we're doing it now. Well, we should have a unanimous vote on what plans we should go with. I don't want to be like, all right, we're doing this. That's not the thing I want to do. But if that happens, can you go to the inn and just kind of hang out while we, do the deed? Set the plan. We set the plan in motion. You set your traps. We do all the stuff we need to do, but go to the inn. And if we don't, if we don't come back, then 30 minutes, an hour of stuff happening, maybe you can meet us in the manor, help us out. That is completely up to you, though. I know dealing with this stuff is kind of like sensitive for someone who owns the land here and owns a bar here. If you get seen helping us, adventurers that merely got here a few days ago, might not be great. So that is completely up to you.
Benjamin, I appreciate your sincerity in the consideration of the optics on this. I will help you, folks. The Red Brand have been terrorizing this place too long, and I think it's about time that someone put a stand up to this. And I think that I'm honestly thankful for y'all for coming around when you did. I'm not entirely sure what I would do if it were just me.
Drugs.
Maybe not that.
A lot of drugs.
I'm not even there, William. I haven't.
Maybe, I know. Maybe not that, but I thank you. Really, I do.
Well,
I will help you.
That's
I
good.
did.
It's
I
good to
did
know.
do my backstory. I tried to make it my own in the best way possible.
yes.
Say hello to
also-
Toby, everyone.
There's Toby. Let's go.
I also did sent a concept picture to you.
Let's make it
as
a
well.
little smaller.
All right, thanks. Take a look at it in a bit.
The small
No, you're
big
fine.
cabin.
Continue.
I will. I'll get up and kind of stretch a little bit. So, I think we get a round before this whole shebang goes down.
Hold on. Before we get inebriated, let's
Inebriated? One beer do that to you?
Depends on the beer.
I guess that's true. But come on.
Actually, Garlioso, you've been a little quiet. What do you think about all this? You got any ideas?
Honestly, I agree with everything you guys have been saying. I'm all up for it.
He has no
I-
idea what's going on.
I agree or disagree. I don't know. Congratulations or I'm sorry. I didn't
I'm
hear
just
any of
I'm
it.
just all in on whatever you guys want to do.
I'll do my best. My fine days are over, but if this is what brings you back into it to help you all, then I'll do the best I can. Now about those drinks.
And you let me know.
Absolutely, of course.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's say the plan again. What's gonna happen?
Okay, alright.
All right, Ben, take it away.
The plan is. Do you not want to hear the plan, Carlioso? We can just not have a plan. I mean, we can just go in, guns blazing if you really want to.
That's what I'm about to see. You know what I'm saying?
I'm joking.
But fine,
Anyways,
let's just say it one more time, please.
so the plan. We're going to lure the werewolf to the manor, means of either laying out traps, laying food out. We can
The raw meat.
with the raw meat, exactly. We'll lead him somehow to the manor.
We
Get
can
him to the
get.
manor.
We can try to get a singular Red Brand member, cut him up so he starts bleeding, bait his scent to the werewolf, and when he tries to run back to the base, that's when the werewolf grabs his scent.
How do we know for a fact that he'd run back to the
We don't know who the
village?
werewolf is though, so we can't. That's not the best idea.
Yeah, what if it's
We
him?
can just gut up a Red Brand member at night.
I think Toby's there, Carlioso.
No, I'm talking about
We
what
can just
about the red
gut
brand
up.
member?
Gut.
Oh, dude, Jake's here. Fantastic. I don't have to explain it after or again. All right, Jake.
What the?
So we
D&D.
are we're talking with Toby about a plan to lure the werewolf into the red bread hideout, like the manor.
Mhm.
So we kind of concentrated a plan. So the plan
I can
is
do it this time.
so the plan is we're going to lead him into the Red Brand hideout, the manor, by means of meat that we set along a set path.
We could use a carriage and pack it full of meat.
I think we're thinking a little too hard. It's either going to work or
I'm not entirely keen on using that much meat, to be honest.
we don't need to use that much meat. We only need to use a little bit. Anyways,
Do you really want to taste it? Sorry.
let me finish the plan. So we're going to take the meat. We're going to lay it out in a certain way that hopefully the werewolf can attract the scent of the meat and go to the manor. If everything goes well, he goes into the manor, just starts having a field day with the Red Brand in there. If it doesn't, though, we do have a backup plan. The backup plan is we're going to go to the inn.
Oh, he's literally drawing.
I forgot the name of the inn, but we're going to go to the inn. And we're going to hopefully lead it into there. And if there's any Red Brand in there, we're also... It's basically just going to be like our plan B. We'll have a plan B, make sure that if everything goes south, we'll lead it there. And if Red Brand are there, fantastic. If they aren't, I told Toby that he can wait in there for 30 minutes to an hour after the whole plan is set and we all leave. If we don't come back in that time, Toby will be coming to help us in the manor, but if we do, he'll help us there. For the most part, that seems to be the plan. If anybody else would like to elaborate, put more fine aspects into it, that seems like it would be the plan.
So here.
Look at what?
This motherfucker, bro.
Oh, big dice.
Alright,
I think we should
so I have a
also...
map, right? So, where are we gonna bait the werewolf to? Or where are we gonna try to bait the werewolf to? Actually,
on.
I say we set up quadrants. We split up the town, right? Oh, I can't draw on this.
Stonehill Inn. Hey William, on the map, where's the Red Brand hideout?
I thought it was penis.
It'd be over here at the Trisandar
Manor.
I thought
Manor.
it was a
Manor?
penis.
Okay, so
Must say we can't really draw on this. So.
I know. I'm just like mentally trying to make an actual plan in my head.
Yeah. So for relation purposes, you're currently here, and then this is the manor where the Red Brand hideout is. This is the woods Toby was mentioning before, and this is the inn he mentioned where the Red Brand like to frequent, just down the road.
Sleeping
Sleeping
giant.
giant.
Okay, so we.
Okay,
Okay,
yo.
let's-
See where our blue hand is? We gotta go boop. Boop.
okay, and then William for the smithy, which is over here.
Yep. It would be. Oh, sorry, it's a little tree in the way. This is the smithy. This
Okay,
little
so
house here.
I take out a map and I kind of crudely draw a bunch of buildings and I say, okay, so we're gonna go through.
I saw markers.
I don't. Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and use. Okay, so the red will be where we're going to lay the traps. So we're gonna go ahead and lay. I'm gonna point it. I'm gonna point that this is where the smithy is. We're gonna go ahead and lay some meat on this red piece right here. Okay. So we're
I
gonna
say
lay
we
this-
should try to get a wide area.
Well, okay, no, yeah, I'm getting to that. We're gonna lay some meat outside the smithy because we have,
Probable cause.
yeah, we have probable cause. Thank you. That the smithy might be the werewolf. So we're gonna leave some meat
Or
outside
you
of
could be
his
a bad
house.
guy.
Mithy?
Yeah, the smithy.
You
We're
weren't
gonna
here
leave.
for that.
We're gonna leave some meat outside the house, outside the smithy. We should probably leave some maybe leading behind the Stonehill Inn, in this alleyway here. Maybe we can bait him into this area as well, coming through up towards the Sleeping Giant, and then we'll put some on the road up towards the manor. We are going to need somebody at the manor to either open up a back door, open up the front door, or open up a side door.
I say Leo would be the perfect person to do that.
That would be yeah. You, because you use your shape shifting, shape changing to become the mayor. You can easily just walk in as the mayor. If the plan goes
With
well,
the cart.
not with the cart. No. Just go in there and open the door for us so we can start our.
Okay.
So that could be also a good idea as well, part of the plan. We'd also need some lookouts along the road, hidden so the werewolf doesn't see you, if it is going the way we want it
We
to.
could try to hide on the roofs of the buildings.
Could do that too. That might not be a bad idea as well. But most of us are melee. I don't know who is a ranged attack user. I know I am a melee user. I will be up in front with him.
I mean, we could just be scouts. At the end of the day, if we do have to confront it, we do.
But still,
we should
if
try
you're
to get out of this effective area.
yeah, we should try and lead it away from the town and get it up to the manor. If it does break out, at least we'll have a lot of area to be able to fight it, and we won't have to harm anybody. Anywho, we should lay some meat around some of the what are these buildings? Right, these are houses, correct? Yeah. Okay. So maybe we should leave some meat around some of the houses behind the smithy as well. Kind of make like a nice trail from the houses to the smithy down in front of the Stone Hill Inn, and then we'll come in front of the Steeping Giant, have some meat trail going up the road, lead it into the manor, and then that covers mainly like 80% of the town, besides the area below it, which would be the woodworkers, some homes as well. But hopefully our hunch is true, and it is over near the smithy.
Do we have any dead bodies?
Why would we need dead bodies?
I don't think we have that much meat.
How much meat do we have?
None.
I have a
Did not-
5-pound slab I got working with in the back.
How much do you think you can make?
How much do you think we need to attract the attention of a werewolf?
The amount isn't necessarily what you should be concerned with. We just need to mix up the right ingredients, herbs, spices, other intestines, and organs from animals. That stench is what's going to draw the werewolf itself. Whether or not it eats it is none of our concern.
I'd
And
say
if
we
it's-
go with I'd say we try to go with the carriage plan. Try to use the meat in the carriage.
To what, parade it around town so the stench goes around the entire town?
Yes.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. It's not a bad plan. It would definitely cover a larger area of effect.
It would have to be fresh too. And honestly, it's a good idea, but unless you're like multiple people working with you to watch everyone's reaction, it's gonna be hard to tell who really reacts to this meat wagon we're driving around.
That's very true. It's gonna be harder
Unless-
to.
And who knows,
Crowd.
maybe the trap.
It's gonna be harder to crowd control if we do that. That's why I suggested trying to like leave it in certain areas, because at least if we have scouts watching the pieces of meat that we lay out,
How are we going to attract the attention of the wolf, though?
Just
the stench.
just
Yeah,
slave.
but how would we be able to lead it?
It's gonna follow the stench. If we put it in an area and then it goes to a next area where we put more of it, and then we put more of it, and it's basically just going to be like a line of meat that's going to be on the floor. He could follow the stench, go to where hopefully it goes to where it needs to go.
Alright,
It's-
you marinate on this idea real quick, because I'm going to go get some chips.
I'm gonna actually marinate this meat while talking to you, so you'll excuse me.
Toby, try to make enough for 4 to 5 drops of meat, maybe 6 if you
I'll
can.
do my best. Actually, what was the drinks you all wanted?
Mead.
Alright, I'll be right back with that. And Toby, exit the table and head on over to the storage in the kitchen. Welcome back, Leo.
So hello. I see you. I imagine you sat down and had the conversation. So I still out of character. I think the plan is very simple. We just lay meat along a road path that leads to the manor. We have people watching it, as many as we can, and then since it's just going to be on like the main road mostly, and then like maybe a little part of the homing district, we can see most of it. So we can get the homing district. We could see most of the roads. We'll have clearer vision of most of this. Maybe have somebody at the manor, which I imagine would be Louis.
Yeah.
We'll have him up there because he's going to be the one opening the manor. We can have a sway next to Sleeping Giant. We can have I can be next to the inn, I guess, and then Carlioso could be next to the smithy, and then
Me next to the smithy. The one who's a werewolf.
I mean you can go on a roof.
I would rather be on the roof. That's
That was the plan. Get on the roof.
Yeah. Okay. I was making sure. Okay, I was like, wait, I just heard next to the smithy and I freaked out, man.
No, I'm not trying to kill you. You're okay. But besides that, do we want to set up actual like traps, bear traps? I think I remember Toby saying he had one or two. Maybe if we have
We're
any
gonna set it without a
explosives.
villager randomly just setting it off.
I mean, I feel like
Actually,
yes.
Leo,
I mean, we're gonna be out at night. I hope there's
Leo.
not a lot of people walking around.
Leo, give us some insight. What would you think? Jake? Oh,
Who, me?
yeah.
Let's see.
Uh,
Some insight on
well, I
this.
mean, we're putting the meat inside the place, so it's gonna be taking care of two things with one stone. We're gonna have to figure out how to deal with the werewolf after it goes inside there.
We could trap it and burn it, was my suggested plan.
Hmm.
Burn the place down. But we'd have to cover all
Would
the
that kill it
entrances.
though?
I don't know.
I don't think fire would be the best idea. Not because it's not a bad idea. I'm just saying, if we want to take the Red Barons out in the manor, we shouldn't burn down the manor. If we want somebody else to take over, because then what are they gonna? There's just gonna be a burnt manor up there. We should probably think about the integrity after we do this deed, and not just go in willy nilly and forget that our actions have consequences.
Willy nilly, and I hit that millie.
Hello, Mary Jane. So we should think about the after effect of what's going to happen before we do anything. So burning down.
Yeah, because if we
The
come up
mansion.
with a plan with like just the beginning part, and we don't figure out how to actually deal with the werewolf, we'll be shit out of luck.
I'm gonna get dicked down on from a fucking werewolf furry.
We need to find a source of silver.
Is that the only? Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. Do we have any?
Hit up a dwarf, tell him if yes.
Wait a
Silver.
minute. No. We have
The arms dealer.
no.
Oh,
We can
he's
just
not even
Ooh.
around anymore.
no. We can go to the smithy. He doesn't know we know. He doesn't even know we suspect him. He can just ask for a silver weapon and see if he has one. I don't see why we couldn't do that. Just don't act weird. Just don't act like we think something's up. We just go in there and ask him, hey, hey, do you have any types of silver weaponry? We're going to be going out of town, and we're going to be needing it. Something like that.
If you, since you suspect him of being a werewolf, why would he give you silver?
Why would he not?
Why
Why not
would
just
he
steal the
give
silver
you?
and explain to him
He
later?
doesn't know anything. He just thinks we're people that just came into town. He doesn't know who we are.
If someone thinks I'm a murderer, and then I go and then someone asks me like, "Hey,
I
can I have
think
a
I think you're thinking too far into it. He doesn't think anything about you. He thought of whatever he thought of you when we met him. Did you get off murder vibes, him? I mean, that's kind of. I don't know if that's.
You're the one suggesting that he is the werewolf. But if he is the werewolf, why would he be? Why would he
Okay,
give us
how about this? Think about it like this.
to kill him?
He's not the werewolf. We go ask him for a silver weapon anyway to go kill the real werewolf. Objections.
All right. I also think we should get a bear trap.
Ask Toby when he's done mincing the meat.
I get up from the table and I go to the kitchen.
Ask him if he has our drinks.
I go to Toby.
Mhm.
Where is he?
So when you enter the kitchen, you can see Toby is unwrapping from a really thick leather pouch a well pasted bag. It's like really plump and squishy, and you can see him sort of carefully pull it out and set it on like this wooden part of the counter. He turns to you because he noticed you walking in. Can I help you? Is this about the meat? Because It's right here. I almost forgot. Here, let me get the drinks and then I'll handle the meat. So he grabs 2 mugs. You mind grabbing the other 2? And he walks past you and out to the foyer of the inn.
Yeah, I guess.
Here are your drinks, fellas. He sets down 2 mugs, 1 for Carlioso, 1 for you, Gosh.
I guess I put the other 2 drinks on the table.
Okay.
Alright.
Toby,
Yes.
what metal is your bear trap?
Just iron. It's expensive to get silver plated for traps. Yeah.
Do you think the smithy would have anything silver?
Absolutely, he silvered my weapon when I asked him a few years back.
How much did that cost you?
It cost me 90 gold pieces.
It's not bad. I think we should go with that plan and get a weapon or 2 silvered, pull together our money. And
If you are going to do that, I suggest you go right now. That process does take a little while, honestly.
Alright.
not
Let's
surprised.
go do that.
Sure.
I
Well,
will head on out. Have a good day, Toby.
I'm gonna
Thank
watch
you.
you. I'm gonna watch you walk into the door because it's locked. I'm just gonna get up and look at you.
You guys, you are like sort of just like looking back over your shoulder at the whole party, expecting this door to be open. He just like runs straight into it.
Can I have this door open, please?
Yeah, you just
It
gotta
was locked.
pull the. Hey, just 1 second. Excuse me. Toby walks around you, goes over to you, Gash, and unlocks the door and opens the deadbolt. And he pushes the door open for you and holds it open. There you go.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll walk
Nice.
up.
I give him a cheers with my drink in hand. I'll bring the cup. I'll bring the cup back. Don't worry.
All right, all right.
And
Toby
I'll,
makes his way past you and goes back to the kitchen. I'll have this meat ready by the time y'all get back, so it's gonna take a little bit.
sounds good. Muffle
Liu
that.
and Carlioso, what do you wish to do? Your comrades have just left the inn with a plan to get some weapons silvered out, it seems like.
I'll follow them because that sounds like a wonderful idea, to be honest, just in case.
Alright, alright. What about you, Liu? What do you wish to do?
I don't know. I want to get back to
Damn.
Right.
Would-
Liu is hanging out back at the bar. What's going on?
Can I make?
What the hell?
Do I know if radiant damage kills werewolves?
You do, actually. Make a knowledge check for me. Go for Arcana.
Here's much, bro.
This way.
Out here looking like the fucking chief sticker next to my character sheet.
2 plus whatever I rolled. 21.
Gotcha. So you dig a little bit back into the recesses of your mind, and it brings you back towards your days of the academy, when they actually are teaching you how to fight beings such as a werewolf and other lycanthropes. You remember sitting there at your desk, taking careful notes with your pen and your ink, and the instructor has a diagram of a lycanthrope on the board. He's sort of drawn it out. He's painted it out, and you remember a few words from his lecture, most importantly being one that you'd already remembered. Silvered weapons are very key to destroying or doing most effective damage to a werewolf, as well as any magic weapons. Magic that would otherwise regenerate most rooms are actually going to inflict harm on werewolves that transform during a full moon involuntarily.
It's like I have a That's So Raven moment.
Pretty much. Although, your main takeaway you get from it is that it is possible. However, your best bet is to most likely get yourself a silver weapon.
That's the plan. I turn to your character's name. That's why that I still haven't remembered by heart. I apologize. It's not an easy name that I can just remember off the top of my head. Gosh. I turn to you, Gosh, and I say,
Minister.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
So I give you I give you like the stink eye a little bit, Minister. So, Minister,
Gosh, Minister.
I recall back in my academy days that the most effective way of killing a werewolf or a lycanthrope type creature would be to kill it with a silver weapon or silvered weapon. Magic weapons will also do damage to the werewolf, but silver is the most effective way. So either we can ask the smithy to A, silver our weapons, which may take more time than we have. B, ask for a silvered weapon and see if we both have enough gold to maybe get one of us a silver weapon. Or C, maybe he has a magical weapon. We can go ahead and ask about that too, but just keep that in mind.
Can a priest bless a weapon?
A cleric can.
You happen to be a cleric.
You can bless your own weapon.
I can't. How long does it
I mean, so if you took the spell, you can do that. There is a spell that lets you bless weapons with like radiant or holy, basically, something like that. Should probably get my fucking book out.
You know, Cody, it's funny
Uh-huh.
'cause all the stuff you worked on to do my spells, yeah, those are gone.
Nice.
So I have no idea what those were at any point.
I don't remember either. I'll be real with you. You would have to just tell me them again, and I can help you again. Alrighty. A villager just moved out, so I'm gonna be playing a little bit of Animal Crossing so I can get a new villager. Dude, I got Apollo, and he's fucking goated with the sauce. I have William's
Not
dog.
high enough level to oh wait, hold on. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice. Whenever a target makes an attack or saving throw, the target can roll a d4 and add the number to the attacker's saving throw. Oh, that doesn't do anything other than increase your rolls. I don't really have a cleric spell that blesses.
Okay. Well, that was an option. That's okay though. We still have other options. I assume we make it to the smithy by now, William. Maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. You're just having this conversation amongst yourselves. You're standing outside of the, outside of the really massive door with the scratch marks. A very familiar sight to you. The smithy's hut is extremely worn down and poorly built, as you remember. When the wind blows, you can almost feel or see the house like visibly start to shake, almost as if it could fall apart at any minute.
That's probably not too safe.
Absolutely not. However, the chimney in the back is still piping smoke, just like the way it was when you left it.
Alright, I knock on the door and make my entrance.
Nobody answers the door. The door opens. And when you open the door, the smithy is still bent over the forge. He is no longer hammering the weapon he was making before, but he's sort of like looking into the fire. He adds another log as soon as you come in. Oh, welcome in. What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Well, hello. Sorry to make our acquaintance again today.
No
I know you
worries.
have a lot of work to do, but
Of course.
we came in just asking. We wanted to ask a couple of questions. We're going to be going on a couple of quests for the mayor. He wants us to go off into the woods and go clear out some camps that are set up along the way that have been harassing the merchants. They harassed me when I came in actually to town. So
Oh, I guess you're talking about the orcs, right?
yeah, we're talking about the orcs. Do you happen to have and I kind of like pull out a little like my book and I have some stuff written down. Any magical weapons? I know you're a smithy, but maybe you have some. Just thought I'd ask. Any silver weapons, or any way to silver our weapons? Because
I
we
can
heard.
silver the weapons for you, he says, sort of rubbing his hands together. He's very excited about this. It's a little bit of a long process, but thanks to my own personal innovations, I should be able to get it done with you within the hour. As far as magical weapons, unfortunately, I don't do that. I don't hold any more magical weapons. They became way too expensive to hold. No one really bought them anyway. But honestly, the only magical thing I got is he sort of holds his hammer. This thing, honestly, check it out. He tosses it. It bounces off the floor and it bounces straight back the same mark that he threw it in.
I kind of look at him and I go, a hammer of returning?
It's useless, but yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't find that useless. I
It's
find that
useless.
very cool.
I'm glad someone else thinks it's pretty cool, but honestly, it's the only way I have fun around here. He throws it again as you guys are always talking.
Oh,
It's like a it's like a tennis ball.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a tennis ball. He's just bouncing it off the floor to the wall, back into his hand. He just keeps repeating the motion.
It's like watching it. Like that is very cool. If actually, so it only take you an hour to silver weapons. That is very impressive. I would love to have that happen to my
How
weapon.
much would this process call? Or how much would this process be?
It would be 100 gold pieces. He says, sort of holding his chin up.
I kind of like butt in real quick. What if we were to do both our weapons? Would you maybe give us a discount for doing a 2-for-1?
He rubs his chin and putting his hands on his hip. He's not even looking at the hammer at this point, but he's throwing it and catching it and throwing it and catching it.
I am perplexed, but I'm just like watching him do it. I'm just like back and forth, watching.
Back and
Hammer real quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wait.
How about
What'd you say, Carlos? What did Carlos say?
I want to throw the hammer, so I'm throwing the
Oh.
hammer right now.
Carlos.
once Sean catches the hammer, he hands it off to you, Carlos. So just try not to throw it too hard, all right?
I just do like a light flick of the wrist.
Ooh, okay. Roll a d20 and then make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
And
Saving
then I have
throw.
to do saving throw. What I roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
So just add like your modifier to your roll for dexterity saving throws.
So it's 0.
So whatever you roll.
What'd
No,
you roll?
I-
What'd you roll?
7.
7.
Oh, 5.
That's 7, bro. I have a +2 here.
Oh, he has +2 saving throw. So 7.
Nice. All right. So once you toss the hammer, it comes back at you, but it just sort of barely misses you. You sort of dodge out of the way just in time. I say to be careful with it.
I'm okay.
Okay, back to your price. How does 180 sound?
Can I do a charisma check?
Good. Roll for persuasion, buddy.
8 plus 5.
13.
13.
And what do you say to him?
Say, you know, we kind of need this. Say we bring back any weapons that we happen to find, Would you be willing to take an interest pay or a down payment for now, and then we come back and pay off the rest once we finish this job?
I mean, I'll be interested in the down payment if you promise to pay half of, let's say, 170.
170.
Do you have that much?
Do you mind if you just silver Ben's weapon over here? We'll just pay half and half.
Just his?
Yeah.
Okay, it's still gonna be 100. So if you're gonna do half these, let's do 50 now.
You're right with that, Ben.
How much how much gold do you have? I will ask this in person. I'm just asking your character. How much gold do you have?
105.
How about you give me That was my gold. I had more than this. I had a lot more gold than this, but anyways, maybe I just forgot how much I have. I'll kind of like scratch my chin.
I thought you bought stuff last.
I did, but I don't think it cost me all of my gold. I had 80, and now I have 10. Anyways,
I think
I don't remember. I don't remember how much it cost. I think it was. I only bought herbs and some shit to do something, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll kind of just like rub my chin.
Had me.
I'll just rub my chin, and I'll look in my coin purse, like my little coin bag, and I'll go, I seem to have misplaced my money. I was kind of laughed to myself. Hold on, no, I got this. I'll pull my war pick. I'll pull my war pick off my back, and I will hand it to the smithy handle first. Can you please silver this weapon? And to you, Minister, I will happily pay you back the money that is owed for this weapon when I acquire the gold. For some reason, maybe my gold got stolen in the night. I really have no idea why I don't have the gold that I thought I had on me.
You're just broke.
You know, for Soldier of Honor, you're sounding really suspicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the weapon and run, and your money too. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But can you, if
Don't
you
believe a word.
if you would like, please pay the man. I kind of just like laughed to myself while rubbing my neck, like I don't know where my money went.
That's all right. Well, Minister, I'll happily take half the payment. He opens his hand out towards you expectantly.
I'll give him the 50 gold.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business. He carefully sort of spreads the coin out, counting them out. He pockets it, and he takes the war pick from you. Bring me half of it when you return. I'll give it about an hour and a half. And only then will you get it back.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Anything else I can do for it? He sets the weapon down on the table in front of you.
Not for me. That's all I need. I don't know if we need anything else per se for this journey. Maybe bear traps, but I don't know how much those cost. That would be kind of like a niche thing.
Do you happen to have any meat that you don't really need to use anymore?
Spoiled
got-
meat.
Spoiled meat, maybe?
I toss out the spoiled meat the best I can, honestly.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you know, like when it goes old, it starts getting smelly. I seriously just bought this meat the other day and it went bad the next. I couldn't even stomach eating it, honestly.
Isn't that ridiculous? If you did have any, we were gonna do you a favor to toss it out for you since you're such a big help for us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts, you know?
I appreciate it, but trust me, if I had any more meat, I would have handed it over to you. Lately, I haven't just been able to eat the damn thing, honestly.
So?
The meat. Like, I just can't stomach it. Maybe it's a sign for me to start losing weight and switch my diet up.
When did this start happening?
I'm a vegetarian.
I'd say last week. No, a week and a half.
Crazy.
It's unfortunate. I wonder if the meat might just be going bad around.
My weekend has
I could
been bad for the past week and a half too. That's crazy.
But anyways, we thank you for your service. We will be back within the hour.
Thank you. I'll be seeing you soon. And sure, can I have my hammer back?
Oh yes, of course. I set it down here, but let me hand it to you.
He takes the hammer from you. Thank you. And he picks the war pick in the other hand, and he goes over back towards his work corner and begins pouring silver into a hot bucket. And you hear it sort of steam as it starts to liquid up and bubble. And he sits on a bench watching it.
Hey, William, guess who I found on an island?
Who'd you find?
Sheena,
Yo,
the new one of the new villagers that came out.
hot.
That's a cop.
Oh.
Anyways, back into the game.
Mhm.
I'll as we're walking out, I'll like whisper to Minister. I'm like, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened to my money. I apologize. It's kind of like, it's kind of.
Would kill the werewolf.
Let me say that again. Say it again,
That's
Josue. I
good to
didn't hear
soar
you.
with, fellas.
That was
Save
fucking
that for when we deal with our hairy creature.
will
Hairy creature that should be vanquished from the face of this earth.
All right. Let's start planning some meat. Let's check back on the inn.
Go ahead. I will follow you, but I'm gonna be going up to my room for a second. I need to
Find his gold.
no, I'm kind of like scratching my back of my neck. Like I need to go pray. As much as that kind of sounds weird.
All right.
Oh yeah, you're religious.
Oh, so you're religious, bitch.
I will meet you
I had to
downstairs
stone
in an hour. And William, I head upstairs.
Hey, Carliosa, what are you doing?
I keep following them because I'm just curious to see how this plays out.
Gotcha. So,
I'm just trying to help out whenever I can.
hmm
But there's not much I can do. I just kind of play music and have a sword.
there's
That's
a lot
the
you
best.
can do, actually.
Oh,
But don't worry about it. You will find your time to jump in when you want to.
Yes,
Carlioso and Ugash, you return back to the inn, and Liu is still sitting at the table. I
damn,
imagine.
Lee, what is up, bro? You just been drinking this whole time? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hey, I know. You keep drinking if you want, Leo. That's crazy, bro. You do
Don't
you.
do yourself quite like that all the time.
Oh, no, I'm trying to say Leo. I can hear Leo right now.
Like he comes out and he's like rubbing
you
his
hear
hand.
Mr. Toby?
Hear what?
Do you?
I don't know what you're leading on
Toby,
to.
how's that meat coming along?
It's about done. Just needs to
Yeah, let me
sit.
take a good look at that meat.
That's not
And then right this way.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at your meat.
Toby leads you all, or just you and Carlioso and Ugash, over towards the back end here.
Oh no, I'm going.
Minister, what are you doing here, too? You just want to
You're
see
here
the meat,
too?
No, I'm going upstairs, William.
Yeah, okay, so Ben's
You
going
trying to take a
upstairs.
look at the meat, too?
At the moment. So, in this back kitchen, you see a long table that stretches from the corner of the entrance to the wall. And there's a window. If I could put a window here, it'd be where Toby right here is standing. It'd be like right here behind him. Where you're standing, you guys, is actually where the table would be. You can see on the table, it's a white cloth, sort of just peppered with spices, other mixtures of food that he made on the counter like the day beforehand. It's a little uncleanly. There's some utensils spread around, but what's important is on a wooden block are 5 pieces of evenly chopped up meat. They're about maybe the size of a ball, so think of in our terms of a baseball, but just a little bit bigger. Big enough to just fit in the palm of your hand.
How do they
And
smell?
they smell as meat does, but some of them, when you sort of sniff them closer, smell kind of bad. And you can see upon further inspection, sort of hammered in and mixed with the meat, are not only a mixture of spices and herbs and grass, but other things such as what looks like to be maybe a day old meat and even intestines from small animals. And it's all coated in this strange sauce.
What the blend you got going on here, Mr. Toby? Some
Well,
fine
what-
meat you got chopped up.
Thank you. Actually, what we got over here on the table is what I call marinated bait.
What'd you put in it?
I was hunting some deer last week. It's what I've been serving out throughout the week. So I put some deer meat in there. I checked my mother traps this morning, so we got some squirrel guts up in there. We got some parsley and some other goods that I like to grow around out back. And after that, it's just a sprinkle of pepper. It seems a little fancy, honestly, but trust me, it's gonna attract this thing real good. The last touch, actually, he sort of opens a cabinet and shows you a clear vial. This is blood, animal's blood. We're gonna be dapping this on top of the meat when we place it out. That way, really cures the werewolf's interests. And then the rest of the meat will do its thing. It'll draw him right to it.
Would it be alright if I put a little bit of my own special sauce in there too?
Respectfully, I have to ask what you're putting up in it. I don't want you ruining this. Respectfully, Minister.
I have this vial that I obtained through a friend. It's a little flask of some dangerous liquid, yellowish color. I'm wondering if this would do the job when we have to come deal with the werewolf.
Wait, you don't even know what it does?
I have an idea of what it does, but I can't for sure say what it does.
What do you think it does?
From the description, will cause a chance of paralysis with some light indigestion, maybe.
Speaking of the jest.
Speaking of it lightly.
Alright, sure. Let's mix it up with some of the meats, honestly. Sounds like a good idea.
Alright. Take my flask of yellow liquid, and I put a rag in there, soak it up a little bit, and I start coating the meat in the yellow liquid.
William, while they're doing all that, I'm going to be upstairs casting Find Familiar. It's an hour. It takes an hour, and I use the charcoal powder and herbs that I bought in the spellcasting.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I would
Do you
like.
have? I was about to say, what?
Yeah.
What do you choose from?
I'd like the familiar to be a black raven with blue eyes.
Okay.
Just some dude watching it.
That takes an hour to cast, by the way. So
You're
I
just,
I will be up there for an hour.
What's it sound like from down here?
Nothing. It's silent. I'm just sitting there meditating on the spell. Oh, I dropped my fucking
Do I
controller.
feel his divine aura?
you don't, but you do feel a very strange sense of a bit of peace and turmoil.
Curious.
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 Once you've emptied the contents of the flask, Toby sort of like asks, "All right, well, anything else you want to add to this before we head out for it later tonight?"
I'm ready to feed a werewolf some meat. Not my meat, of course.
Any good places you think we should lay this around? And if we should...
I set my trap just outside of the road to Trebor Hill. That's where you go. That's where it all came from. After that, if you're going to go with your plan to lead it into the manor, I'd say we could wrap it up in some wrapping and put it in a pouch. You can take it with you and then leave a trail over to where you're trying to lead this thing, honestly. It was the Trissendor Manor where your Red Brand folk like to hang out. That's where their hideout is. And I imagine you're gonna have to sneak up in there or fire your way into it. I honestly don't care. But the main thing is you want to slowly lead it up, space it out, maybe every few feet or so, and then just add the blood on top of it. But make sure you all do it before it gets dark. I'd say maybe when sundown's a good time to do it. Once that bait is laid, you run. And if you're gonna lay it down earlier, make sure you hide it well. Otherwise, the werewolf might be led somewhere else.
Alright. I take 3 pieces of meat, and I go and find Cody or Ben.
Well, I'm upstairs in my room. I don't know how long of time has passed, but if you walk in, I'm just going to be concentrating inside a spell circle that I've drawn on the floor.
I'd say this conversation took about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Time is
so-
flying by now.
Absolutely.
I walk back in and I ask Toby, do you mind, because it seems Ben is a little busy, do you mind helping me set up these traps?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let
set
me,
up traps. Let's go. Let's get this.
Let me get washed up and then I'll meet you all out here.
Alright, just take the rest of the meat, meet me outside.
Alright. Toby washes his hands and you
Let's
hear
go,
him sort
Minister.
of-
Let's go.
Alright. A few minutes passed, I'd say about 15 minutes, and then The Stonehill Inn doors swing open and Toby steps outside. He is clad in a leather fur long coat and he is holding a shovel.
Shovel?
Yeah, a shovel.
Why a shovel?
What's with the shovel, Mr. Toby?
It's all I had of silver. I'm so sorry.
Hey, that makes total sense, though.
He's gonna beat
I'll be
the
sure
shit out
stand
of a
right
fucking
behind
werewolf
of you,
with
Mr.
a silver
Toby.
shovel.
It is a piercing weapon. Let's go.
I'll be sure to stand right behind you, Mr. Toby. I don't have silver on me at all.
Well, I think with your capabilities, you do a better job than me, honestly. I don't want to get close to this thing, but don't make fun of my shovel. It's helped me out through thick and thin.
Alright, I start heading to the smithy. It seems he has a tree in front of his shop, so I hang a piece up there.
Takes a little bit, but once you sort of climbed a little bit up towards the tree, you hang the piece of meat just lower beneath the branches. Toby watches you from below, and he nods in approval. That should be about right, but what are you gonna do with the other two pieces?
We're gonna just sit around this area. We're gonna.
Shouldn't we make it a trail to the inn?
First, we
Where
have
they
to,
stay?
we have to
I was just about to
capture
point that out.
First, we have to capture its attention. Or else
Alright,
I think
alright.
this one piece will attract it immediately.
Well, we still got time, but honestly, I think if we're gonna be leading this thing back to where you want it to, we better be putting the rest of the pieces considerably in a clear path. We could, there's a shortcut just behind the inn, leads between those two buildings over there. It says pointing to this area right here.
Alright.
We could lead it on through the back, and then lay the last two pieces somewhere between, I'd say in front of the sleeping giant, and then at the manor. The
Agreed.
last piece is gonna be tricky. If you really want this thing to attack them, just get it inside, or close enough, I guess, for them to see it.
Agreed.
Okay. Should I move my piece then? And then move it closer towards this little path?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take out my piece and then ask Toby where he thinks I should put it.
I'd say leave it. And he points towards this corner, right between this building here.
Alright.
His alleyway is close enough to. The tree is a good idea, but I think just a little bit closer to sort of funnel him in is what is gonna be our best bet.
Alright. I'll put up the meat where he points to, and ask him to lead the way from the others.
All right, of course. Toby walks you between the back end of the Stonehill Inn and the other residential areas. Every now and then you can see a villager sort of just taking a gander at what you guys are doing, but not paying too much of attention to you. He spaces it out. It's about 20-ish feet apart, and then 30, and the last one 40, near this sort of empty space past the sleeping giant.
Okay.
And there should be enough. And he sort of looks towards the manor you can see at the top of the hill. I'm gonna go back to the inn and get the other two pieces.
Alright.
And
Should we wait here or should we accompany him back,
Well,
Mr. Minister?
We can all go back, honestly.
Yeah, let's not leave anyone by themselves.
We'll get the meat. We'll come back, and then I'll split the blood between us. So I actually have an extra vial. I'll give you a vial. Make sure you have it on you, and then at sundown, you just go back to the meat, and then we can just wait and see if it worked, honestly.
You gotta move this character, boy.
Sorry, buddy. I'm narrating this whole thing. It's alright. Who made him so small? No wonder I couldn't see it, bro. Alright, Toby, Ugash, and Carlioso return back to the inn. Leo is still at the desk. At
Hey,
this
Leo.
point, Ben, it has been an hour.
Cool. I will. I'll go ahead and be downstairs when they.
How's that ale, Leo? Still like it?
The meat sits exactly where Ben left it.
I kind of smell like meat, Leo. Just a little bit, Leo. What about you? You're like the type of person that looks like you'd like ice cream. You know what ice cream is?
I have no idea who he's talking to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll leave you alone. I gotta go back to work with these guys. Alright, sorry.
Just like deadpan. Just. I just imagine that I'm just like sitting across from them, and fucking and Ugash like just leans down to me. He's like, "That's a load of barnacles."
All right, the last piece of meat in the vial, right?
I was
Absolutely, yeah. We need
say-
one
I'm-
last 2 pieces.
I'll be at the table when you guys walk in.
Hey, yo, Ben.
Hey guys, how's it going?
We just finished setting up some pieces of meat.
Oh, okay, that's what you guys are doing. Cool. Sorry, I couldn't help you guys. I apologize.
Well, we still have 2 pieces, so how about that? You can help us now. You come up with anything?
Yeah, sure. But before we go, I have an idea on how we can keep track of the werewolf and where it goes.
All right.
Oh?
I'll stand up and I will snap my finger towards the desk, and the raven will appear on the desk.
Raven.
I go, eh? This is what I was doing for the past hour.
Well,
It's a long time. I can command this creature at will to do whatever I would think I
Suck
can do.
cock.
Then my question is, why don't we just have the Raven have the last piece of meat fly in and then fly inside the manor?
I have to hold on. Wait, no, I have to do some.
Suggestion.
It's just an A. B. I have to roll stats for the Raven, William. So
Me too, yes.
I have to find that in the book. I don't know where that shit is. I don't
Because
think it's in this book.
how about we take the piece of meat and just move it somewhere else?
Liu, you there?
I'm going to look it up real quick, William.
Instead of beat chitty.
Liu.
5.
I got you actually. So I can screenshot you this for you. I got you, Cody.
Okay.
You chose a raven, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have
As
problems,
this is
Andrew?
happening, Toby is just sort of staring at your raven familiar. That's cute. Did you name it?
You know, I haven't named it yet. I just completed the incantation to summon this creature. So yeah, I haven't really named it yet.
I have an idea for a name.
Shoot.
Raven.
I mean, it is the name of the animal.
Wasn't
I
it?
think you need to come up with something more original. I don't remember the
How
last time
about-
I've seen anyone summon a familiar in here.
How about
Like,
Blackie?
give it an orcish name.
Because ravens are color black, so call him Blackie.
You know,
All
I don't-
Rocky.
I don't really like the name. I feel like I'll find a name for it.
Well, you better think of something cool, because the last paladin I met way back, his familiar had a pretty kick-ass name.
Which
Was
was?
it Itachi?
I can't remember, honestly. But trust me, the familiar, pretty cool name.
Cool enough to forget.
Well, the man himself was a lot more memorable than his pet, honestly. Familiar didn't last that long.
Interesting.
How much?
That was exciting for the familiar.
I guess
I'm just spamming.
There's some 0G zombie.
-1.
You're in space all of a sudden.
Oh! Oh, what
I
the
have to go to
fuck?
the bathroom.
Oh, look at my dude tripping, bro. What the fuck? Look at my homie.
My finger's getting tired of spamming.
You can hold it. Hold it. Ah, Cap. Who's dominant all this, dude? Who the fuck is that guy?
I'm not introduced yet.
Is your character ready?
I mean, for the most part, I mean, the stats are pretty much filled out. I mean, I just sent the backstory that I was gonna have you revise it if it really needed anything. I mean,
I mean, he'll probably just work with what you got, bro.
I don't think I really missed anything. I already sent him a concept image of what I kind of want to look like, but I mean, it's not exactly what I want to look like because that's not how I should look, in my opinion.
Oh man.
What?
I didn't read the last like part of it, and I thought that was pretty funny actually.
Oh, the last sentence. I mean, I kind of am. So, oh, I'm black. Okay. He's kind of funny, witty. I mean, my character, he isn't like super serious about things. He doesn't take anything serious, so it's like when it comes to a matter of battling, he will be completely serious. But if you like try to talk to him about any seriousness or planning, yeah, it's just like, yeah, let's go fight it. That's kind of like the mood that he has.
See, I see. Well, we can talk about your introduction next time because I'm gonna wrap up in a few minutes.
No.
Yes, I do have work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I am a 9-to-5
Fuck work,
slaver.
bro.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back on track because I almost forgot what we were talking about. Besides the name for Cody's Raven or Ben's Raven. I'm sorry.
What was it? I just got back.
Yeah, I sent you the statue for the Raven. That I
The
found.
Raven.
Alright, hit points a d4 minus 1. 1 plus a d4 minus 1. So it technically -2 because the Raven has -1 con. I can't roll. Give me something. Okay, that's fine.
I have to go Fantasia.
Okay, that's 3 health. I mean,
Smacked once. Oh!
I rolled a 4 plus 1 5 minus 2 3. But yeah, hopefully
That is so funny. Just imagine it gets smacked. Yeah, just that high pitch scream.
just fuck.
On the barrel.
Well, I know we all like to just stand around and look at each other sometimes, but now that Ben's back, what's the plan? Oh, I almost forgot. Toby reaches into his pocket of his coat, and he hands you, Ugash, a small leather vial of blood. Here.
Take it from me. Okay.
Pretty simple, honestly. You just pull the top off and you stab a little bit. Should be good enough for the 3 pieces we got for you.
I'm putting it in the meat.
No, like just on top of it. Don't touch it yourself, because the werewolf will sniff you out.
Alright.
Oh yeah, we do not want that.
Put it
Yeah,
on. Put it all over Carlos.
So just like
wait.
lightly dab it on the meat.
Smacked.
What if I am the big bait
You
at the
risk
top of the
that?
mountain? I mean,
Why
we're
don't
gonna
you
be.
use your raven? You can fly.
Yeah, it can, but I don't think I can put stuff on top of it.
You can't code it.
Can I touch it? Can you touch it?
Can they? I was reading about it, but it didn't say if it was corporeal or not.
You can make it disappear into a pocket dimension until you can summon it again.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's. Oh no, yeah, it's real. It is
Yeah,
real.
I was gonna say it is very real.
I'm kind of like
It is
it's just been chilling on my shoulder. And it's kind of
Yeah.
like I kind of like just rub its head. I'm just like,
Only thing different about it than any other raven is obviously its blue eyes, and when it's killed, and you probably know this or not,
Yeah.
it leaves behind no physical form. So, therefore, it has a physical form, buddy.
yeah. I remember reading about that. That's why I was like, oh yeah, no, it does. So
Very interactable.
that could work, but I mean,
I honestly feel bad for that thing. It hasn't been born for more than 5 minutes into this world. Already, its fate is being decided for bait.
exactly. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
Exactly.
What do you mean
Uh,
we're not gonna do that?
We're not. I'm not having this thing. It's not meant for bait. It's more of a recon. Because if while it's up in the air, flying around, which I can make it do, I can watch through its eyes and see what it sees.
Oh.
So, therefore, if you guys want me to do that, I can have him hover around a certain area, and we can track the.
We can have him carry the meat, and if he's in danger, drop it.
This raven has a strength of 2, by the way, William. Is that enough to carry it?
Can your raven carry a pound of meat?
Yeah,
That's our
And it-
question.
that is my question. It has a strength of 2, which is a -4.
I would say comically, it can. It kind of just struggles a bit.
I mean, it does have a +3 perception and a passive perception of 13.
I don't know how that
Actually,
correlates.
let's look up the IRL stats of this.
I'm looking at it right now. Strength 2, -4. Dex 14, +2.
Oh yeah, this raven can totally, because it says on I can just Google the IRL stats of an IRL raven. Ravens can carry up to 0.5 pounds in flight. So yeah, it can carry this meat.
Well, what would we want to do with it?
What, the meat or the raven?
We can
Well-
bait it into the. We can use the raven to bait the werewolf into the manor.
Yeah, so then when it trails everyone, then it just crashes in there and just is like, "What's up?" And then the werewolf jumps in. You know?
Wouldn't that mess with the smells? Because if you're putting animal blood on it, it's going to follow that smell. But if you take something new, a new smell into the area, it's going to follow that too. So it
Does
may
the raven
confuse-
smell?
I'd
No.
say it's a little bit
Or sorry.
risky, honestly. As long as we make sure that that is last and we send that raven, like the minute we see that werewolf out and about, it could work. It could be very close, but I think it could work personally. Although you might want to kiss that raven goodbye, because I don't know what happens if it goes inside of that manor carrying that meat, you know?
Goodbye,
Oh, no.
raven.
I'm throwing it at the front door or in through a window, maybe.
Okay, so
Well,
we're not using the raven as bait?
No,
See,
Not
you're
using-
already better than the last guy I talked about with this.
I hope so.
He used the raven as bait. Ruthless fucker. I kind of miss him, honestly.
I have
He grew up. He left.
I was expecting that to be different.
What were you expecting?
Death?
Oh, you thought he died? No, this man was capable. He was very... Kind of had an ego, but I mean, he was pretty capable, honestly.
Interesting.
I worry about him, but that's not the point. We can talk about him later. I think your plan is pretty solid. Not really big a fan of how it keeps changing up. I'm kind of like a straight road, straight path kind of guy, but you guys are throwing out some pretty good ideas, and I think this could work. I do think that plan with the bird, honestly. Good thing you're not doing it, because it might be a little too close for comfort. But throwing it might be pretty funny. I hope you have a good arm. He sort of like smacks your shoulder.
Yeah, I hope so.
Rolls a D1.
Rolls 1 out of 1. You fail.
Mission
Just
failed.
throws it, smacks it into the wall, and dies. 2 P40.
All right. Well, when are we rolling this plan into action?
Tomorrow.
Tonight.
Oh, of course I know tonight, but what time is it? Why are we doing it now? Are we doing it later? When's
We
the
should
plan?
enact it now. We should be setting up recon places.
Toby
Alright.
looks outside of one of the large ceiling-high windows and looks out. We still got time. I think Ugash is right. We have the meat set up, so you obviously know where those are. We try to set those in a straight line. You remember where they are, Ugash?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm counting on you to remember, because if we're a little indisposed, then one of us is gonna have to take care of it. So me and Ugash know where the meat's been placed. I think outside of that, you're leading it back to the manor, right? For the first initial part? I guess we're gonna need some positions to set up for recon after that. make sure it's following the meat. Come up with some hand signals or something, because the moon's gonna be out, but we want to communicate this as silently as possible. Any of y'all know like any telepathy stuff? I had a girl come in one time. She told me that, but I kind of forgot it.
I shake my head. I can only talk to my my creature here, my raven.
Oh, well, hand sign it is. Old fashioned. Yeah, let's go out. Let's go see where some good recon points sort of points to you, Dan, as you put it. And then after that, if everything's all square, oh, what about that silver weapon? You guys get that sorted out?
I still need to go pick it up, so I will be going to do that.
All right. Last thing you want to do is get ready for this thing, and then come nightfall, ain't no one got a sword to fight this thing with.
Alright, chuckle. As I'm walking out the door. Don't worry, I'll be right back. And I'll
All right.
I'll snap the raven away too.
The raven disappears at your command.
And I will.
Take
I'll go to the.
another hour to fucking spawn it.
No. It can come back whenever it wants to. I just need to do the hour-long ritual to summon it. When I tell it to leave, it goes into a pocket dimension. Then I can tell it to come back at leisure. I'm pretty sure. I think it takes an action in combat, but if I'm just walking around, I assume it doesn't matter. But, I'll go to the smithy, William, and I will grab my silver war pick. Oh well, silvered war pick.
Alright, so once you open the door to Sean's smithy, you can find Sean looking over the workbench. You can see your war pick in front of him, and it's sort of wrapped around the face and the end of the pick. And he looks at you over his shoulder and he wipes his nose. Oh, I didn't hear you come in. I'm so sorry about that.
All good. I forgot to knock. I apologize.
No worries. Oh, your pick's ready. Well, that is, you have the rest of the gold.
Oh, I forgot about that. I'd say out loud, like, I fucking forgot about that.
It's
Sorry,
alright.
I've been a little busy for the past hour.
Yeah, of
I
course.
apologize.
Go fetch it and come on back.
Of course, I will be right back. Or actually, kind of turn back around. What do you say to a bargain?
You already bargained, but okay.
Well,
what is it?
Well, no, we didn't bargain. We didn't bargain for the.
You gave him your weapon.
No, that's to silver.
No, I was saying earlier, William, we didn't bargain at all. We just paid like half the price. I guess technically that was a bargain. Kind of think to myself, I'm like, huh. I'll say, well, I'll be honest with you. I only have 10 gold on me, so that would mean I would need. I was kind of like look around. I was like, I need like 40 gold to pay you, correct?
Your friend paid me 50, and the full price is 100.
Yeah, so I would need 50 gold on me plus the 10
yes.
Kind of sit there and look at him. I'll go, if you can take my word that I will be back to pay you the rest, and I put 10 gold on the table. I'll say I'll leave this here as an honest man telling you that I will be back to pay you the rest. I'm sorry that I forgot the money. I don't know what happened to it. I honestly, it probably just got stolen, I'll be honest. But anyways, I will be back to pay you.
All right, be careful.
I shall. I will. I'll take my weapon. I'll look at him and say, I should be back in a couple days. So make sure you're around so I can, pay the money.
He doesn't respond. He sort of just nods at you while kind of like staring at you with like 1,000-yard stare.
Be like, I was gonna look at him back. I'll just like slowly take my weapon. I'll take the wrapping off of it. And I'll give it like a once over.
It is gorgeous. This freshly matted silver over your weapon is beautiful. It's almost like you're scared to touch it. You can see your reflection in them, and then the way it shines, the way it catches the light, it just sparkles.
I look at him and, kind of like tip my head to him. He's a very fine looking weapon.
I take great pride in my work. Thank you so much for that.
I will wrap the little padding he wrapped it with in my hand. I'll kind of give it back to him. I should be back.
You take care now.
And I hope he takes the thing he wrapped it with back to him. If not, I'll kind of handing it to him half outside the door.
He's still staring at you as he watches you leave.
I'll just kind of take it back and I'll just give him a salute and I'll leave him. Put the war pick back on my back.
The last thing you see when you leave is you see him just very slowly turn around back towards the forge.
I chuckle to myself. That guy's gonna kill me. I stab the raven back and I kind of give him a little scratch and I go, "Who's you putting the raven?"
The raven coos at you. It really loves the scratches.
I hope Dad doesn't die today. So I scratch him a little softer. This might something.
Alright. Ben, you've now, I assume, returned back to the Stonehill Inn where the rest of the party is waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. What does the silver ring do besides make it look pretty? It does extra damage to werewolves, right?
It does.
What's the extra damage? Like what? A D8, D6, or something?
D4.
D4. Okay. I will just put parentheses D4. I'll just put it over here. I'll write it down. Alright, I make my way back to the inn and I open the door. Kind of quietly, I look around. I'm like, huh. Alright, everyone's here. Cool. Shall we get started?
How's the weapon looking?
I gotta pull it out, and I place it on the table. I go, it looks pretty gorgeous.
What's the sound it makes, William?
And he puts it on the table.
No, when he pulls it out.
When he pulls it out, it does the classical shing, and it does the little cartoon shine thing.
Any angels that sing?
No, except for the ones in your head.
Okay.
I'm actually really perplexed on where all my gold went. I don't remember spending 70 gold.
It's alright, cause...
Maybe you just got robbed, bro.
Wait. Did I buy a healing potion from him?
You bought several. I saw it on your card.
Alright, I thought I already had those. I'm not gonna lie. So I remember I bought 10 gold worth of herbs and charcoal. And that's it.
Are you sure you're not the werewolf? You seem to be a little poor with your memory at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be. You can take the weapon from me and kill me tonight, I guess.
Nah, I'm just messing with you, man.
You never
It's
know.
alright. If you're bad with your finances, it ain't embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to me.
Well, none of us are gonna judge you. Am I right in that? Are we not gonna judge the man for misplacing some coin?
I look at them and just shake my head. They're gonna judge me.
Do you guys judge him?
Yes. I am 50 gold deep in the hole right now.
I think he has the right to be judged fully, but I think I can safely speak for the rest that no one's judging you around here. So, the weapon looks nice and silvered. I'd say we're about ready.
Let's get it going.
Alright, let's find some bushes and get on some roofs
Or
and
do we end it there?
we'll head out. Toby, careful out there.
Alright.
I gotta look at him and say, break a leg, not yours, please.
I don't want to go through that again, trust me. And Toby leaves the tavern.
I just whisper myself again.
Again, indeed.
Do you?
Alright.
We'll walk out, do the classic anime walk into the sunset.
Absolutely. You're walking towards the door, the really bright door.
For some reason, it's really-
Blue colored.
Ugash farts a blue fart cloud.
Are we gonna end it there tonight?
That's
Good.
not where I plan to end it, but we can keep going for a little bit.
Well,
At this point, let's say it's gonna do like the old GTA fast forward time.
I
Do
still have the
Cyberpunk
sword
fast forward.
of the Harbin's Western Tone.
well, I will. In the meantime, while we're doing the fast forward thing, I will send my Raven up to scout some good areas for hiding and keeping an eye on the areas that we're trying to keep an eye on, and good scouting positions.
Gotcha. And you're taking your place above the Harbin Western's home over here, Ugash? Interesting. Okay. Where do the rest of you like to camp out?
I'm going to the Sleeping Giant.
Alright. As you walk toward the Sleeping Giant, the crunching snow makes its way towards like the wet pads of squishy, wet mud. And your boots are unfortunately getting a little dirty. But that's alright. It sticks every now a step or so, but there appears to be nobody on the road. And the Sleeping Giant appears to be forsaken almost. Might be closed down, might not.
Is the door closed?
It is, yes.
I'd like to take a peek inside.
You're making your way up to the Sleeping Giant and you sort of slowly open it. And there's no other light sources, no torches, except for the soft rays of sunshine coming in from the sunset. And it illuminates a very massive hall similar to the Stone Hill Inn, except for it's made of wood instead of stone. And you can see scattered about are weaponry, as well as a bunch of sleeping Red Brand members. You are very familiar with their outfit, their scarlet cloaks, with a little bit of chainmail and leather underneath it. And they're all kind of like piled up together in like one big like sleepover.
Oh my god. Can I roll stealth roll?
Go for it.
Are you with me, Carlos?
Yeah, I tagged along quietly. 13 plus. Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
I got 15.
Okay, as far as you know, you're at stealth. And when you make a step forward, there's a slight creak on the floorboard, which causes some of the members to sort of just roll over and like sort of like rub their chests, rub their eyes, but then they go back to sleep.
I'm gonna
So whispered to Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper to you. If you think you can do it, try and take some of their weapons and just throw them outside.
Nah, how about you try it?
I give you a death stare. Like, do you see what I look like? Do you think I am the most quietest person running around here?
I mean, you never know.
You literally have an instrument, Carlos. And
Not that. For full disclosure, what Ben's referring to, he's in full like plate armor. He's gonna make a
I
lot
know,
of noise.
that's why I'm saying.
No, I'm in chainmail with a giant shield. Like, I'm not gonna make not a lot of noise, but I'm gonna make a lot of noise.
He's just chinking around. He's gonna have a little hard time stealthing. But good luck. What do you
No,
wish to do, Carlos?
that creek was really scary, man.
It's up to you. I'm not telling you should. It's just if you think you can.
Nah, I don't think I can. No. Play it safe. It's just us two.
Fair point. I turn around and throw a fight. No, I'm just kidding.
I turn around and let on a nasty shard.
Run away.
Shit.
Ding dong ditch, fucking short style.
What was I gonna say?
No, we're gonna do Sunday adjustments. Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I don't have anything on me that would make a funny little like, oh no, I threw a fucking Molotov cocktail in there. Whatever shall they do? Oh, I got shit like that. Unfortunately, so I'm just gonna stay outside. I am gonna keep the door creaked though, like just open a little bit, enough to where if I need to, I can have the piece of meat that the Raven is holding and throw it in the door. Oh, that's how open I need it, or I want it to be.
Okay. So you sort of like do the old, you toss it in your hand once and then you give it a slight under toss. You watch the meat fly forward inside. With a soft thud, it hits the floor. No one seems to react to it at all.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
I was like, yeah, tip.
You now have one piece of meat left.
I'll take that piece of meat and I'll give it to my raven.
Oh
Now,
god.
I'm gonna have him perch up on the building,
Mhm.
And I won't put. Actually, I'll put the animal blood on it, and then I will await the signal.
All right. As you watch your raven fly towards the top of the sleeping giant, you can see the sky turn from an orange to a nice purple, and the clouds begin to break as quickly night falls.
Oh shit.
Orange lights from the setting sun beam their way across the town as night slowly begins to approach the area.
I'm also gonna make sure I'm heading away from the main road so I can see the main road, but I'm not. I don't want to be seen.
Absolutely. All right. So at this point, it's like you're almost sort of just taking it in as the night quickly sets, and then the wind sort of lessens and it's not picking up as much as it used to. But the town becomes from like small bustling like throngs of people every now and then to just almost like deathly quiet.
Deathly quiet.
You can hear like the ringing of your ears in between like the wind blowing. But nightfall has now set on Phandalin. You're off the roads. Everyone else appears to be off the road as well.
You should definitely get off the road right now.
I'm not on the road. I'm behind the building.
Oh shit. Well, I'm off the road now too.
Are you two like hiding together?
Is there an area to hide, like behind this building? Is there a inconspicuous area in this general vicinity?
What about
of
the
this-
trees across the road over there? Don't you see them?
Perception.
Roll perception, bitch.
Both of you should roll perception for me.
I'm dumb. I can't see nothing, bro.
20.
Oh, sick.
What'd you roll,
Alright.
Carlos?
A 2. So I think it's a 5.
I mean, you could give me advantage on the roll or roll yourself, if that's how William wants to do it.
Yeah, you're helping him look around, right?
I was simply gonna be like, "What do you see? I don't see nothing."
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That works. I don't know. I rolled a 20.
As a matter of fact, this wall looks pretty nice to hide behind, right here next to the road. I say.
I still come and say, no.
Stupid.
What do I see?
It's a little hard to make, but once your eyes adjust to the moonlight that is slowly coming up, you can see in front of you a large stack of boxes, like in crates and stuff. And that appears to be like the only thing you can hide behind. Otherwise, it's like taking cover behind this building to your left, or making your way across to go to this tree area just behind the sleeping giant.
Would any of the trees be able to hide me completely? Like, I imagine the stack of boxes probably isn't big enough, but what are the trees or the bushes or whatever would be there big enough to hide me?
You can guess they would be. Their trunks seem to be thick enough, and there are bushes at the feet of them.
I'm gonna look to Carlioso and say you should hide behind those boxes back there. Make sure not to be seen. I'm gonna walk across the street and I put like at that big tree, that tree over there with the bushes in front of it. I'll be hiding behind that.
I don't want to be by myself, fool. That's scary.
Just don't. He's not gonna be attacking you. Just don't be seen. You'll be okay.
Oh my god.
Trust me.
Okay, I trust you.
I'm gonna walk over.
Some behind these boxes over here, or what?
Yeah, you should be behind the boxes. And I'm going to go behind this tree. I'm going to take my war pick out in preparation. I'm just going to have it by my side.
All right,
Yeah, man.
Ugash. Sorry, go ahead, Cody.
Oh no, I was going to say I'm going to make sure that like all the I can't be seen. I'm just going to like double check.
Right. Trying to be as well hidden as you can. And across from you, just like across in the boxes, the trees, sleeping giant. You can see like the outline of Toby just sort of making his way towards the trees. He decided not to hide in.
Gotcha.
Gosh, are you still on top of the roof?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Now we wait.
And now you wait.
Yeah,
For an hour or so, nothing really seems to happen until you hear the faint sound of a loud howling. But it's hard to tell if it's a scream of like a human being or if it's just the howling of an animal. Sort of starts off like a scream and then it erupts into a howl and then it sort of just dies out. But the howl echoes its way across the town, and that's the first sign you hear of the werewolf.
I'm gonna pop into my Raven vision while I'm like sitting behind the tree, kind of just concentrating on it. Can I see where that howl came from? I imagine I heard it.
You heard it, yes. But let's see. From your Raven's perspective, you can sort of see the town as we can kind of see at the moment. Just a little zoomed in. For funsies, you can see yourself, of course, which is probably a little strange. You can see Ugash, who is sort of huddled close towards the roof of a house.
Gotcha.
And then as the Raven circles its way around, you can actually see the door of the smithy break open.
Wow, I was right! I hate all of you.
I would check your weapon then.
It's a good idea. But, anyways, what else do I see really?
The door breaks open and the smithy, or Sean, as you formerly knew him as, he stumbles out. You can hear him continue to scream. He's like clawing at his clothes. And you watch in real time, it's the faint sounds you can hear of her like bones sort of breaking and rearranging as he just morphs himself and remorphs himself into a larger beast. He hunches over, his back sort of stretches out, his clothing. His head jets forward and the face of his skull like shoots forward as well. He's in complete agonizing pain from what you can tell. But in just a few seconds, you have a fully transformed werewolf at the base of your Raven. You can see him like outside of the smithy. He's sort of hunched over in the snow. He's slowly breathing, he's huffing, he's trying to take a minute to catch himself. Before he stands up, a really gigantic height at 9 feet. And he looks around and begins to sniff the air. And he howls again. This time you can hear the howling. And by your Raven's confirmation, you can tell where it comes from.
I can't talk through my Raven, I don't think.
Your Raven can mimic like sounds, but no.
I will... I'm gonna go to Ulgash with my Raven, and I'm gonna land next to him.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ugash, you see the Raven lay next to you.
I'm going to mimic the sound of the howl and have my Raven point with its wing in the direction that it came from.
I'm gonna take a minute to process what the Raven is doing in front of me and assume that something is happening in that area over there.
From your assessment, I was going to say, from your assessment, your hunch is right. The Raven is trying to do its best in its non-communicative way to communicate to you that the werewolf's position is towards the smithy. Or from your position, you would just see the stone hill in, so you can only assume the smithy is behind it, to which he's pointing at.
I'm going to, my Raven's just going to, like, caw at him a little bit, and I'm just going to take back off and go back towards me.
He screams back at it.
Yeah.
No.
So he just screams back at it.
Oh no.
No, I don't.
That'd be funny as shit.
Alright. Now we just wait. Hopefully the plan works.
POV or Carlos.
I just heard that shit and I'm just like, I'm in the unknown.
I was about to say, where did you choose to hide again?
I'm behind those boxes, bro.
Oh, you're hiding in the boxes? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
Do you-
right here.
Yeah, like you see this little. It's very hard to see because it's so low res, but this is where the boxes would be. Are you behind the boxes or are you inside of it?
Inside.
You're inside of it? Okay.
Yeah.
All you hear is just
God.
the howling. No one's bothered really to tell you what's happening or what's
Yeah,
going
no,
on.
and I'm fucking terrified. I'm just inside, trying to control my
Does
breath.
anyone know where he is?
You wouldn't be able to communicate that because two people are too far, and the
Does Cody
only
know where he is?
Cody
Yep.
knows, but you don't know
Alright.
that.
Okay.
But you know that the Raven told you where he was last seen. So Carlioso, from your perspective, you're shaking inside of this cold wooden box, and doing your best to keep yourself still, to keep quiet. And there's just a howling wind keeping you company until you hear like the soft and heavy steps of something stepping towards you,
Oh my god.
as well as the heavy breathing and the snarling of an animal.
Oh my god.
It gets louder and louder as it makes its way towards your stack of boxes.
Can I
You
roll
can-
stealth? Oh my god.
Go for it, try it.
Oh my god.
Try it.
Oh my god, he's a try. Oh, I almost got a 20. Oh my god, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm so boned. I'm gonna die. I got an 8. It's over. I got an 8.
You didn't roll stealth before?
No, well, I did. I mean, I did beforehand with the sleeping giant, but I forgot to beforehand.
So what did you roll?
I fucking 8, bro. I'm
Okay,
dead.
so
He's Carlos.
I'm Ash, bro.
Just sitting behind the box going,
as the sounds makes its way towards you, you go into a bit of a panic. In the most calm and measured way you can, you hyperventilate a bit to sort of control your breathing. And once the footsteps get the closest to the box, you hold your breath the best that you can. You're shaking to your bones inside of this crate, though, but you do feel something pressed against it. And then begin to move the crates next to you. You hear one of the crates break open, and the creature like sort of barks and growls at the crate before it grabs your crate again.
can my raven make my way back over there? It was making its way back over there.
It was, yeah. This is what you see from the Raven's perspective. Actually, you can probably see a little bit of this too, but the Raven can see it from overhead. You can see the werewolf using Carlos's crate as a support to sort of just like perch itself and look around. Its teeth are stained with blood. Its nose is dripping from snow, and the snow itself begins to catch on its fur, so you can sort of see it a little bit more clearly. It is huge, and its fur is like its uneven spotting colors of black, gray, and brown, and its bright yellow eyes look around. You can only assume it has taken the bait because it is chewing on something.
I'm going to wrap my raven around and I'm going to toss the meat that it's holding into the door. Like as hard and as quickly as I can.
As soon as that pound of meat hits the door, the werewolf, sort of like darts its head towards the sound, and it snarls and lets go of Carlos's box, and it makes its way towards you, walking onto the path, and it stands in front of the sleeping giant. Where unfortunately at this point you can actually see the lights going on in the sleeping giant. and in the window you can see like someone like going upstairs and like peacefully going about his day, a member of the Red Brand just lighting the torches inside, and you can hear like someone start strumming an instrument.
A fucking piece of meat just comes flying through the door. And as that happens, I'm going to land my raven on top of the stone or on top of the building next to the sleeping giant, and then snap back to myself.
Gotcha. Once you snap back to yourself, you can see, you look across the road, and the werewolf is walking onto the porch. You can see the door open, but the member of the Red Brand only sees the meat, and he grabs it, inspects it, holding the door wide open. Inside, you can see the rest of the Red Brand putting their clothes on, sharpening some weapons, even like passing meals and sharing some of their drinks between each other. And you see one of them look at the entranceway in horror, points a shaking hand at it, and he screams, catching the attention of the rest of the red brand, and you hear the werewolf rear its head in its back, and it howls into the night before it bursts past the guard of the door and it runs inside the sleeping giant.
Oh my god.
I'm going to snap back into my Raven form and run over and fly over to where Toby and Ugot, where Minister is. Can't even say your name. I'm going to fly over and try to point them in the direction of what's going on. Because I assume they're in the second house, so I'm going to land where Minister is, and I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier, but I'm going to grab onto your back and try to pull you. Pointing in the direction as well, and try and pull you in that direction. Like, get the fuck over here.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Alright.
I do that to you. I don't say that, but I'm trying to mimic move.
Dash over.
I'm gonna go.
I can see him.
I'm gonna.
Behind this tree.
You're next to me right now. I'm just looking down, eyes closed.
You can see.
So,
I was about to say, you see Ben's just sort of kneeling, his eyes are closed, and then you can see in front of you the carnage that is happening at the sleeping giant.
this nigga right here.
I'm
You can
gonna
more hear it than actually see like what's happening inside.
I'm gonna take my
Right.
Raven and go do the same and
The
try.
things I hear from my box just has me shaking inside.
Alright,
I'm gonna.
actually, yeah. Let's. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Ben?
I'm gonna go fly my Raven also towards the location of our innkeeper, wherever she's
Alright.
at.
Or you're looking for Toby?
Yeah, I'm looking for Toby. It has a fly speed of 50. So however long you think that's gonna take to get there?
Honestly, not that much, because he's just literally on the other side. So as soon as your Raven makes a pass towards the other end of the sleeping giant, you can kind of see Toby like at the edge of the trees and the bush here, and has his hands on like his head in disbelief. He's watching what's happening inside.
So I know that's happening. Good. I'm gonna snap my familiar out of existence, and I'm gonna come back towards where Uga is. Like I'm
Just
gonna
call
like.
me Minister, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. Why do you want to be called Minister if you named
I'd
yourself
rather you
Uga?
call me my full name, or just call me Minister.
Oh, well, I'm not saying it as in like my character. I'm saying it as in like what I'm telling the DM I'm doing. But yeah, I'll come back and I'll look at Minister and go. And the party started.
Success.
Yeah, kinda.
So what's the plan once it stops killing?
You know, I figure I have a plan. I got a plan. Just follow what I
Alright.
do.
What's the plan?
We're just gonna lead it to the end. We're gonna lead it to the manor ourselves.
How?
Dude, don't we still have meat up by the manor?
Yes.
Let's go get that.
I was about to say, you actually don't. You use the last piece for the Raven.
I thought we had one up there already. Maybe we didn't.
No, you laid 3 pieces. Oh, you weren't part of this. So they laid 3 pieces here. Carlos had tossed 1 inside, and then you used 1 for the Raven, which you threw at the door.
True. I did do that.
So
I have vials of blood though, right?
you used that on the meat,
Oh.
so you no longer have it.
I just kind of look at him and shrug. I shrug and say, "Well,
Do you think
I
we
s-
can get a piece of
I sit there. I'm like, wait, no, I have an idea. Go up to the manor. We're gonna run to the manor, and I mean like book it to the manor. This is gonna keep going down. Hopefully, Carlos will be okay. Book it to the manor and just start banging on the door, and we'll try to get their attention to come down with the werewolf, and then that's when we can kill them all."
You want to bait the rest of the red brand into this
To the
man?
sleeping giant? Yeah. Why
I'm
not?
still in
There's
my
a
box
werewolf
shaking.
ripping
That-
apart.
That sounds like a good plan. How do we?
I was about to say, as you finish that sentence, you see someone get thrown out of the front door.
You guys imagine there's like a commotion, and me and her are just
arm,
talking
bro.
back and forth. An arm comes flying out of like a window, and it comes flying out of the door.
Absolutely. You see like someone get thrown out, and then the light that's just coming out of the sleeping giant illuminates him, and he's just lying in the snow holding his stomach. He's trying to put his intestines back inside. You can hear him like, "Oh god," and he's trying to like keep it together.
I look at him. I look back at
Look at
Minister,
me.
and I go,
And I
We
look
should
at
do that.
him.
Body?
We should
I
do
look
that
at
now.
Ben.
We should do that now. And I just turn around and sprint.
We're gonna grab this body. We can.
No,
No, never mind. We're just gonna.
I'll say maybe. That's actually not a bad idea.
Another
What about me,
chorus of
nigga?
screams erupts from the sleeping giant,
What
and you
about
can
me,
see someone
nigga?
get thrown out of the window once more from the second story this time, and you can hear like the commotions go on in the manor yelling inside.
What about
And you can hear the red band shout, "Surrounded! Surrounded!" And you can see like something begins to catch fire as the side of the building illuminates in flames.
I'm gonna take this cue. I'm gonna take this cue for myself to run right here. Surround it. I just start running too. Nope.
Okay,
I
look,
look.
Carlos.
I look.
What?
We're gonna go from your POV for a bit. So as you lift the lid, you sort of like do like a little look around, make sure no one's watching you, right? In the middle of all this commotion, you look behind you and you can see the sleeping giant has caught fire on the other end of the building. You can see someone like bang in the window before he like butts it with the end of his sword and breaks it. He's clearing it for glass so that way he doesn't get cut. And he jumps out, and someone else jumps out after him. They don't even necessarily care. They look at you, and then they just dart away. But through the window, you can see the werewolf slashing, biting, and grabbing and tearing people apart. And it pins someone down, and you can only assume it starts to eat him as he screams and he holds his arms out in agony as blood gushes out.
Oh my god.
Do before we are like as we start our running? Can we see Carlioso?
You actually can, yeah. He's like slowly stepping out of the box, like looking out into the sleeping giant in absolute awe. And also at this moment, someone else like stumbles out of the sleeping giant and he falls on his face, only for the werewolf to just grab him and drag him back inside.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna turn to Carlioso and just yell, "Run!" And I'll wave him towards us. Go. Running up to them.
As you run past the sleeping giant, the werewolf steps out.
Go.
He doesn't look at you, but he like looks at the moon and he howls and he yells.
Oh, my ass cheek.
And you can see other members of what used to be the Red Brand in the sleeping giant at this point.
He's good with a spooky number, bro.
And dash their way out of the building as the werewolf looks around wildly. And he actually goes to the middle of the street to keep feasting on the guy he threw out.
Oh, this is fantastic! Go. We're just running to the manor.
Oh my god.
We have to
As
yell
you
that
make
there's
your-
an enemy gang that's attacking the red brand at this sleeping.
No,
We
why
can't-
would we even? No, why don't tell him it's a gang? Tell him it's a fucking werewolf. We don't have to
We tell
lie.
them it's a werewolf because they're not.
Cause it's a fucking werewolf. Look
They're gonna
back.
fight it.
I just look back and point and say it's a werewolf. Look.
And you can see like another few handful of Red Brand step out. They have like their swords and their spears ready. The werewolf swats the spears. It just grabs the nearest Red Brand and starts devouring him.
That's not a gang. That's a werewolf. We can't say
His
that's a
head
gang.
is crushed
Anyway.
between his jaws, and the skin hangs from his face. And he tosses the body away.
Werewolves. Let's mention them dying. Let's just say that there's a red brand dying at the end. We don't know
That's
why.
fine. We don't know what. We just heard screams when we came over. There's people in trouble. Anyways.
Go ahead.
Up to the door. I'm just gonna fucking start wham, wham, wham at the door as hard as I can.
Red brand are dying. Red brand are dying.
Run
We
away,
need help
run
out
away,
here.
run
We
away.
need help out here.
It takes a moment, but the door opens, and it's actually the short Red Brand member you saw before in the shop. You didn't look familiar. Who are you? How can I help you?
I just point down towards the sleeping inn. I don't know what that is, but it is. We need help right now. And I point at it, and I just go, "It is killing your men."
It is
He
killing.
stares out at the carnage ahead of him and sort of makes his way past you all. His mouth just hangs open. God in Himmel. He turns around. We have a situation! We have a situation! Alright. And then you can see other Red Brand members inside, like, quickly getting dressed and waking up.
God.
Let's go.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
stand at the side of the door, like at the other side. I'm gonna usher the other two
I'm
nearby,
gonna cheer
hopefully.
them on and
Let's
say-
go. Let's get him.
No.
The last member to come out is actually the larger fellow from Barthen's Provisions, and he sort of stops at the doorway and looks at the three of you.
So, just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Cody, you're the only tank, huh?
Uh-huh.
And you got a bard with you and a healer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continue.
What's
Listen
up, my
here, you
man?
lot. I don't know what you're going on, but if I find out you're behind this, he points towards the sleeping giant, and you can see the reinforcements from the Trezendar Manor with which you reside. They sort of surround the werewolf, and he just casually grabs one of them and begins eating it.
Oh no.
I just look out in horror, like I'm like looking out in horror, and I just go.
He stares out with you.
I really
Okay.
hope. I look at him as I'm pointing at that. I say, I really hope you don't think I did that. I didn't do that.
If I
He
could
looks-
that beast, I assure you, I would not feast it on your men.
We wouldn't be here.
He actually looks at all of you, puts his arm around you, Ben, and he like sort of pats it, and he takes all of his assembled gear and actually just walks away. He doesn't even go to bother to help them reinforce.
I take my war pike and swing it at the back of his head.
Ooh, okay, roll.
Oh no.
Would it be considered a sneak attack technically? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. He doesn't know I'm hitting him.
I'll consider it a sneak attack with advantage. Homie has his back turned to you.
14.
14 plus it's 20.
Oh my.
I'm gonna assume you're hitting with the bland.
No.
You're not? Okay.
That's
Well,
it's the slice or the fucking like sharp end of the pick.
Huh. Okay. With an expert and swift whack to the side of his head, the end of your war pick goes into the back of his head, and he goes limp, and he hangs off of it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh my
what are
God, you-
doing?
Killed him. Oh my
And I
god.
I pop it back out of his head. And I'm just like, no, the party started. Let's go.
His corpse falls to the ground, and as you enter the dark, cold recesses of the Trezendar Manor, you can hear the town sort of like erupt in screams as everyone begins to wake up and inspect what is happening.
I look at him very quickly and I say, check the manor for red brand. If there's any left in here, we gotta kill him. A. B.
At this
point-
Then we deal with.
The village is gonna get
I like, look behind. I like look behind us and I say, "Do you actually scrap that? Do you want to deal with that first, or?" And I point out at the dead body. That first.
We just killed an entire gang. I don't know if I'm really capable of defeating something like that.
At this point, Toby has caught up with you. He's like out of breath. He points towards the back. I think this has gotten out of hand. I did not expect this. What the fuck?
I look at Toby with disbelief, and I literally just say to him, "I didn't expect this either." And I look down, I point down, I say, "But I did expect this." That I point towards the on fire house with all like the horror over there.
Oh,
That was not-
Hold on. He pats your shoulder and he points towards the bottom. You can see a ring at this point is formed around the werewolf, and he's boxing up with one of the red brand.
I point back over there. I don't know what's going on over there. That was not the plan. Ooh, he threw a nice right. That was not the plan.
A nice right knocks him, and then he begins to devour him, and everyone tries to stab him.
Should we? I look at Toby and I quickly say, "Help that, or take the manor." Plan. Go. Which one? And I laugh.
Back at the manor.
I laugh at Toby.
you.
I laugh at Toby and I say, "Just kidding." Rhetorical question. Let's go. And I point us towards the wolf.
What is the plan, Ben?
Are we really doing this?
Wait. What is what? Wait. Pause. He just slaughtered a whole fucking gang. We're so underprepared.
Hold on, how many Red
Hold
Raiders
on,
still
hold on.
alive?
I don't
even
know.
have a silver
but
weapon.
We got something. They don't. And he sort of brandishes his silver shovel and points at Ben's silver war pick.
I mean,
You're gay. I don't got shit.
you have magic. I'll just chuck to myself and I say, "Well, I don't know if there's any more red brand left."
Let me roll
Which
perception to see if there's any silver weapons inside this manor.
Sure, look for the entire manor.
Oh my god, it's boned. I got a 9.
Carlioso will begin to set on his venture exploring the Trezendar Manor for silver weapons.
He just walks in. I'm just like, I kind of just look at both of you. I point at both of you and I go, for the most part, the plan did work. We just didn't get to the manor. But I assume most of the red brands were by the sleeping giant. Because did you see how many? I put down how many motherfucking dead people are down there. Look.
Bash
Look.
At this point, the villagers and some of the red brand begin to scatter as the werewolf looks back and forth, and then it howls again and wanders down the road, chasing one of the villagers.
Jesus Christ.
I pat both of you on the back. I'm like, all right, let's go, and I just sprint past him, like full sprint all the way down.
Oh no.
Like,
Or
His Grace would have, like, done.
Did
Or
I find
picking
anything,
shield
William?
out.
I love the little like reflection you have, because like a minute ago you were like, let's get a corpse and use it as bait, and then you see the absolute slaughter in front of you. You're like, oh my god.
Did I find anything, William?
We'll get to you on that.
You
But the
always
last thing you guys see,
bro.
absolutely, the last thing you see is this werewolf disappear into the night, and then Toby kind of looking at the village. He's looking at the rest of you. He decides to join you, and he closes the door behind him, and that's where we end it.
Oh my god. My god.
This went south really quickly.
I want to flip the table so bad, bro. It's fucked. Oh my god.
I did not expect it to go that south that quickly. I feel like if I didn't throw that piece of meat in there, I think he would have died.
Yes.
I did it as straight up like, oh, this man's gonna die.
Well, I guess we got rid of one problem.
We started another one. We have another problem still.
Oh,
Thank you for playing. This is where we end the session for now until we all meet again tomorrow.
I'm so scared.
Tomorrow's gonna be a shit show.
I'm so scared.
I don't know what we've caused, but it's something.
I'm so scared.
I am very happy with how this is going. Personally, it's pretty fun so far.
I'm so scared.
Planning for the werewolf to be attacking the village, or was that just kind of like something that you're making up on the spot?
Like, you want my honest plan of what I
Yes.
wanted from this werewolf?
Yeah.
That motherfucker
so-
stand on top of me,
I'm gonna
bro.
kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
It's not dead.
He's just asking for like the setup of what I was trying to like make it do,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Is that you want to hear?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Okay, the investigation part you guys got on pretty well, just because like generally finding the werewolf is pretty easy with some social interaction if you really want to like lean into it. You guys did pretty well, actually. I was very proud of you. You guys kept getting like asking questions. Where I wanted the werewolf to go, I considered the situation like, what if they like decide to use it? How does that work? And I thought that is going to be so fun, because this werewolf is almost like a mini boss in its own. So having them like creatively deal with the red brand this way was what I was kind of hoping you guys were doing. Because I initially thought like, okay, so I would have Toby set up for this trap, right? He's put it on the road, and initially I thought, oh, they're not gonna really investigate too much into it, because this werewolf, I have plans to make it lead into another side quest. But you guys went in for it, so I was like, okay, this is sick. I get to make it. I get to play with it. I get to lay the plans down for the side quest that happens later on. There's still more to this if you guys keep wanting going down this path for the werewolf. But I initially wanted it just to continue to roam the streets, and then after like you would have gone inside of the manor at this point. Again, I never expected you to lure it towards it. But when you were discussing it, I thought, oh, they're definitely gonna lure it towards it. And then I talked about the inn, and I'm like, wait, they're just gonna throw it inside of the inn near the village? Oh my goodness. So I didn't expect it to be so close to the villagers. And so now you have a whole town situation to take care of after this, which is gonna be pretty fun to see how you deal with it. But my initial thought was like, they lead it away, or they take care of the werewolf initially after finding out who it was, and then they just go on to the rest of the adventure as like almost whatever-ish. But now it's become a much bigger threat because it's been allowed to continue to feast on so many people, maybe even affect a lot more people, so this is going to compound into something bigger, right? And then I was actually going to make it like show up when you like leave the manor, like on your way back. Like if it's for some reason, which you guys are pretty good at this, so you would not have forgotten. But if some reason you guys forgot and you left, it would have been at night, and then you had to make your way back while trying to avoid this thing.
Right.
Oh,
I'm glad you involved Toby. because the initial plot line I had for him was he goes to take care of the werewolf by himself, and this plan doesn't work, and I can make a little rolls on the side, and he either survives the attack or he doesn't.
Rage for Toby.
So
No,
the
we're
way
like-
you guys
come, brother.
I was about to say the way you guys put you think of it as the whole ye old telltale branching butterfly shit or whatever. You guys have successfully managed to, for some reason, put this man under your wing and just bring him along. And he's now become an elemental character that I have to be careful with him now.
You better be part of the whole campaign. Now, dude.
We just see his innards get ripped apart.
Oh my
That would-
god, I'd
that-
cry.
That's at this point, I imagine that'd be pretty traumatizing for some of you. You got pretty close with him. But the idea for the werewolf was for it to always be this side antagonist at the moment. But now, I never imagined you would just leave it alone.
I feel like this is just akin to a village in Minecraft, and I just went around and accidentally broke every single door during the nighttime, and all the zombies are now running around trying to kill the villagers. It's just the werewolf running around slapping villagers around. Oh my goodness!
Well, yeah, continue to
I-
discuss because I want to hear your thoughts on this thing.
I wanted this to happen. So
The fact they made the motherfucker sit on me made me so scared.
I'm more mad at whoever threw in the fucking inn because I just wanted it to get to the manor so it could be.
That's where I thought it was gonna go too.
That's where I was gonna go too. But the fucking Raven threw it inside the manor, bro.
I threw it inside the manor to save your ass. Don't even. You're gonna die, motherfucker.
Bro, I think it scared him off of my shit anyways in the
Bro,
barrel.
you shit yourself in the barrel, bro. I had to change the diaper and
Now
everything.
it's the trolley situation. We saved one man and we killed the other. We
Oh yeah.
Toby, or the entire Red brand who you've never met and interacted with outside of contentious conflict.
They
There could have been some good people in there.
Nope, fuck them. They're all dead, bro.
Yeah, there could have been.
I bet
some
you William had, a whole.
civvies in there.
I bet you William had a whole list of Red brand good characters. No,
Save
just all
one person.
died.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or murder 15 people.
I'm gonna miss the German guy now. Oh man.
Oh, yeah, didn't he get a nice right hook off on him and then get clobbered?
No, he did not.
Oh, is that the one that got killed immediately as he
Yeah.
ran down the hill?
He ran down and he was the first wave and he just got eaten.
Rest in peace.
This-
I-
alluded to
I, for one, wanted this carnage. This is all I yearned for. I just wanted carnage.
Wait till
Like-
the facts hear about
As
this.
as the plan was going along, I thought to myself, I was like, if the inn is going to be the backup plan and it makes it to the manor, then it's just going to erupt into a shit show with all the civilians that will probably wake up to all the, ripping of flesh and bone if it makes it down there. But if it goes to the manor, it's also going to be interesting because the Red brand might get alerted from the inn, so they'll rush up to the manor, and it would just have been either way, I feel like it would be in a very funny shit show. Dealing with all the Red brand in the manor, plus the werewolf that might be there,
Now we have to
Or-
deal with the werewolf in the village.
or dealing with the werewolf that has now just ran amok in a village. Either way, I was going to be fucking laughing my ass off. However, I hope that next week Jake is here, or at least
He's here. He's just not really keen to playing right now.
He's vibing.
I would say at least he's listened to it all. So hopefully he has some plans for next week or
I'm
next
not,
week
I was
tomorrow.
streaming the whole thing.
Good.
Oh,
Just make
really?
sure to put censor words.
You guys, I feel like Jake is the kid you left in the car. Did you lock the door?
In the inn, no.
Well, that was Toby's job, so.
Oh.
Yeah, let's say that was up to Toby. That's up to you, William. Did he lock the door? Because none of us were in the inn.
Oh, well.
I will leave that as a small little thing to keep in the back of your head.
No, bro, no.
The entire time you're in the manor. I wonder if Lee is okay.
Honestly, my plan was to when that guard slipped out, I was gonna quickly see if there is any more left, either kill him or let him go and fight the werewolf. But since you said he was just gonna walk away, I just clapped him on the spot.
To be
I was
honest,
like, we're gonna have to deal with him later.
My man's a sociopath. He's a murderer, so he just murdered this guy right in front of everybody.
I know, he's supposed to be neutral good or whatever. It just straight up clapped him, bro.
It's all
I
right.
mean,
it's
not
all right.
wrong.
It was
Shut the mic
hilarious,
right, bro. What the fuck?
That actually really didn't cross my mind of like a diplomatic solution. I was more of just a keen to like these are bad people and I've seen them be bad. Therefore,
Yeah, I was about to be
That
like,
makes sense. That makes
I was
sense.
about to be like, why can't you just? He's like, do you want to help us kill the wolf or something? And Cody just went, "Deek."
he's walking away. Okay then. I mean, to be fair, I feel like we would have either fought him later down the road, or fought him
It's
sooner.
alright, you were judge and executioner, so it doesn't matter.
Like the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I judged, I juried in my own brain, I fucking executed. But my plan was to let him walk away and go fight the werewolf, and then slip into the manor and run around in there and see what we could find while the carnage fucks off.
Yeah, I want to go in and find some silver shit.
But I kind of clapped that guy, and now the werewolf. Now the werewolf is running around the village, and I was like, oh well, shit. The plan has gone awry. It's time to take matters into my own hands.
Well, I'm glad that you adapted, William, to the stupidity of our situation.
That's the job. It was so. I'm having as much fun as you are. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Because like, I'm not gonna railroad you. That's kind of boring in the wrong situations.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is clearly something they've set up versus stab blocks. Let's see how this looks in situations I know about this kind of stuff. And then it divulged into the absolute chaos, which was hilarious.
Girls just had to say he was in a fucking box.
I hope you got what you wanted this way too, because remember you're like, I hope this thing like gets absolutely in it.
You gotta
I
put
mean,
everyone's
it-
bro.
yeah. Just devours his man right in the window. I wish I could animate it. Just and have you direct me, because that'd be so good to animate.
Yep, I can see it in my head. This shit would have been the funniest shit.
My favorite part was like narrating when the guard opens the door and he doesn't pay attention to the thing in front of him, and then he opens it wider and then like everyone's looking at it. It's their first time looking at it, and then it attacks them, and it'll be their last time looking at it. Hey, Jake used the emote.
He's here. He's just not he's not really in the mood to play.
Rock. What? Oh, did he put that out when I told him like, I don't know if the door's locked.
Yup.
Wait, what do you put?
The rock emo in the stateroom.
He's like, oh
Please
Yeah,
All right, Jake, you're in a 1v1 the werewolf. Good luck.
UAV, you're gonna get grabbed by the werewolf.
POV, you're the next victim.
POV, you're about to see what your insides look like.
Hell yeah. I'm excited because I don't know what you guys will do about this thing, but I do have more planned for this whole werewolf plotline. To like piggyback onto like another thing I'm gonna try to do this next week to make sure it's all like cushioned
So
down and
does
ready.
it stop transforming, or is it just permanently a werewolf now?
For the person infected,
Yeah.
They change in daytime.
yeah, they are forever a werewolf until they are cured.
Oh,
Or
so
killed.
He's just straight up just a werewolf now.
Yeah.
That's
Once
it.
you're that's how lycanthropy works. Unless you're cured, then you will forever be one. Whether it be a curse or whether you're infected. You don't even know how this guy became one, so there's that.
Yes, sir.
You are the werewolf. Getting command grabbed.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the sack myself though.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Crowley.
I'll be on tomorrow to game, and then I'm also gonna do a bunch of chores and stuff. Like washing dishes like a real beater.
Already,
Hell yeah.
man.
I'm already doing that, bro. Get out of here.
Oh, Jake, if you were here for all of that, what'd you think of the carnage going down? Like that? I know, like you were silent the whole time, so like the setup and then like the build up to it, and then you're just like observing it pretty much.
I got about like half of it. I know a shitload of people died. We're getting eaten.
Yup.
I don't know how many Red Brand died. I don't know how many villagers died. I know that German nigga died though.
I don't think any of the villagers have died yet. TM. I know a lot of the Red Print died.
Oh yeah, the innkeeper for the fucking inn though is definitely dead.
Nah, he's fine.
Don't fucking touch it. I'm gonna close your door for a second.
Obi? No, that
Okay.
fucker's.
No, that, or not the Stonehill, the,
Oh.
fucking, the giant inn or whatever.
Oh yeah, he might be smoked. I don't know.
I thought that was closed.
No,
It was. They came back later. It was closed when they
okay.
came, and then Cody's Raven familiar threw the meat at the door, and that's what drew it to the werewolf's attention. But when they were sneaking around inside of it earlier, that's where they found that some of the Red Brand was like sleeping and crashing out.
Okay.
So they lured it over there. The werewolf heard the meat, came on over to investigate. Homie opens the door, and then it begins.
Just a piss, bro.
But that is it for now.
Oh yeah, I can't wait